going to get these days with start times. We do our best to accommodate. It is a beautiful day, 72 degrees, wind out of the southeast at just 4 to 8 miles an hour. So perfect temps for baseball here in the desert. Our time and temp report brought to you by Cornerstone Bank. They're committed to providing you game-changing solutions for your financial needs. Bank on a solid foundation. Cornerstone Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Huskers in their black tops tonight. Red script Nebraska across the chest, outlined in white, gray pants, black socks, red helmets, black hats, red N on the front. Welcome back, black uniforms. The home team on the board will be the Grand Canyon Lopes. They're in their purple tops, white script Lopes across the chest, white pants, purple piping on the side, purple socks, purple lids for GCU. Nebraska, of course, enters this one at 2-0. Grand Canyon at 1-1. Huskers are going to see on the mound big, tall lefty Chase Fry, 6'6", 215-pounder. He transferred over from the College of Southern Nevada, the house that Bryce Harper built at the lower levels. And so his first action as a GCU Lope here tonight. And he'll see a new leadoff hitter. The only change in the lineup, Micah Miller, will lead off for the Huskers here tonight for Jeter Worthley as planned. Will Bolt told us in the pregame, not often you see two catchers occupy the leadoff spot, but both possess that capability. Miller, a junior from Johnson County Community College, the state of Minnesota. We did see him in a couple of plate appearances against UConn in the opener. Huskers and Lopes, a rematch of last year. GCU broke the hearts of the Huskers. They scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th in a 1-1 game and took the game from Nebraska 3-1. The year prior, though, Nebraska got the last laugh. They won a 4-game set, 3-1 over at Brazel Field. And we're ready for baseball here at Sloan Park. Glad you've joined us here on the Huskers Radio Network. Settle in. Micah Miller, left-handed hitter, into the box for the Big Red. Fry, the big, tall lefty, will work from the stretch. And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it misses outside for ball 1. The Huskers, the visitors again today. They will be the home team tomorrow. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Miller dribbles one near the mound off to the right of the pitcher, Fry, who's able to glove it and underhand to first for the game's first out. Pretty athletic play for the big lefty. Miller is retired 1-3. And that'll get Jet Buck to the plate. Nice start for Buck in his Husker debut. Multi-hit efforts in both games. Right-handed stick in there for the Big Red. First pitch on his way is swung through for a strike, 0-1. Obviously had a big swing against UConn, but I think I'm more impressed with the day Buck had yesterday. He started the day 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and finished with 2 solid singles. The 0-1, that's flared back into the net. Jet now down to the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Grand Canyon, a 10-0 winner over Northeastern on opening day. That was at their home ballpark, and they lost yesterday to Penn State 9-3. The 0-2 pitch, Buck fouls one off to the right and out of play. So very up and down start for GCU to start. What a wild game Northeastern played earlier today over Iowa. The Hawkeyes ended up winning a marathon, 21-13. I think Kirk Ferentz would like to take a page out of that playbook from the Iowa offense. This pitch just missed the outside corner, made the home plate umpire flinch. Buck's still alive, though. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's lined into center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. So Jet Buck tools Nebraska's first base hit and the game's first base runner on a 1-out line drive to center field. That'll bring in Case Sanderson. As if there was any doubt of the year that Sanderson was going to have, he is off to a scorching start at the plate for the Huskers. 3 hits in the opener with an RBI, 2 hits yesterday with 2 walks and a double. First pitch to Sandy is upstairs, ball 1. Buck with really good speed at first. Sanderson obviously handles the bat well. Fry, the lefty, holds at the belt. And the 1-0. Sanderson cuts and misses on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-1. Another big Husker crowd here tonight. They outnumber what should be the home team in GCU probably 4-1. The 1-1 pitch. Sanderson waves and misses at an off speed down in the dirt. Now he's down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fry comes set. And the pitch. Sanderson takes a breaking ball and flips it off to the left and out of play. So Sandy fighting up there with 2 strikes. Huskers have done a pretty good job with 2 strikes in the early season. The pitch in the dirt. Good block by the catcher Perez. That holds Buck at first base. Count levels, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield playing Sandy pretty much straight away. Slightly the other way. The 2-2. Fouled straight back again. 2-2. Case came into Nebraska as a freshman and opened eyes right away, and that's never really relented. Really felt good about the trajectory of his Husker career with the development over the last couple of years. Here he swings and misses on a breaking ball, and he's a strikeout victim of Fry. 2 away. And that'll bring in Josh Overbeek.
Third baseman number 4, Josh Overbeek.
Overbeek also off to a good start here this year. Beek, 2 hits in each of the first 2 games. 3 doubles to his credit. The pitch. Fastball, top of the zone, called strike 0-1. Overbeek, the switch hitter. Batting righty against the lefty Fry. The 0-1 pitch. Cut and miss on a fastball, chewed him up a bit. And now he's down 0-2. That fastball at 92. Overbeek has the front of that helmet covered in pine tar. Digs back in the box. Fry comes set. And the pitch. Hit him. It was a slider, got him on the foot. Buck was off with the pitch, and he can leisurely stroll to second as Overbeek takes first. Doesn't appear to be any ill effects from the hit by pitch. And now Dylan Carey. See if the Huskers can get cooking with 2 outs again. Carey homered in the game here yesterday. Fry comes set. The pitch. Another one in the dirt. Good block by Perez. Carey, 3 hits in the opener with 4 RBIs, including a triple. 2 for 5 in the game yesterday. First and second, 2 outs for the Big Red. Here's the pitch. Way high. 2-0. That was a close. Overthrew that one. And Carey way ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. No score, just underway. Top of the first. Sun still setting here in the Arizona sky. The 2-0. Down into the dirt, 3-0. So ever since getting that second out of Sanderson, which was a long battle, Fry's having to work really hard here in the first. He's over 20 pitches. See if Carey has the green light, 3-0. Here's the pitch. Taking all the way. And it's 3-1. Good speed on the bases for the Huskers if Carey can find a gap. Fry comes set, peeks at Buck at second, and the 3-1. Slider swung through, caught a lot of the plate, and Carey missed it. It's full now on the Husker shortstop. Both runners will be off with the pitch. Momentum building pitch for either dugout coming here in just the top of the first. Fry comes set. There go the runners. Here's the pitch. Carey fouls it off to the right and out of play. Buck singled. He's out at second. Overbeek hit by a pitch. He's at first. Both runners get their leads. Tall lefty Chase Fry comes set. Another payoff pitch to Carey. He swings and misses on a fastball. He's down swinging, and that ends the top of the first. For Nebraska, no runs on one hit, no errors. They leave two. And we head to the bottom of the first. Nebraska nothing. Grand Canyon coming up on the Huskers Radio Network.
Now's the time to save on trucks at Woodhouse Chevy. Lease the 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom Crew Cab 4x4 for $399 a month. Or save up to $10,000 off MSRP on retired courtesy 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500s when financed through dealer. Woodhouse Chevy. Together, let's drive. With approved credit, tax title license extra, $299 doc fee, do it signing. Retired courtesy loaners, qualifying trade-in of 2011 or newer vehicle. Lease for 39 months, 10,000 miles plus first payment. Finance based on manufacturer rebates. Expires March 31st, 2026. See dealer for details.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNBO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
Gavin Blackowitz, sophomore right-hander, takes the bump for the Huskers after a scoreless top of the first. And for more on the Husker starter is Nebraska pitching coach Rob Childress.
You know, Gavin has had a great sophomore start in the fall and again in January and has proven he's one of our top starters, and he's just got great fastball command. His secondary stuff keeps getting better and better. Throws all four pitches, curveball, slider, change, and the thing that's really evolved for him is the changeup. He's been able to use that not just against the left-handed hitters but right-handed hitters as well. As I just expect him to have a great start tonight and go out and manage incredibly well. He's got a slow heartbeat and he's got a quiet confidence about him. I'm excited to see him throw tonight.
Nebraska roots run deep where tradition and community thrive. Discover the stories behind our state's rich heritage at IamNebraskaCorn.com. Defense behind Blackowitz tonight, almost identical to what we've seen the first couple of games. Will Jeske in left. Devin Nunez patrols center. Max Butenbach in right. Joshua Overbeek at the hot corner. Dylan Carey manning the shortstop position. Buck at second. Sanderson at first, and Mike and Miller making his first Husker start. Will finish the battery with Gavin Blackowitz. Blackowitz, a year ago, 3.80 ERA and 21 and a third innings. 22 strikeouts to 14 walks. He will face Vince Bianchina, left-handed hitter. Open stance from the left side, and the first pitch from Blackowitz comes in a bit low at 92. Bianchina's name will sound familiar to Big Ten baseball fans. He transferred over from Northwestern a year ago. Coming over from Ben Greenspan's club down to the state of Arizona. The 1-0 pitch. Right in there with a strike, 1-1. Fastball at 92 for Gavin. Gavin working from the stretch with nobody on base. Overbeek at the cutout at third. Rest of the Husker infield playing Bianchina to pull. The pitch. Fouled straight back. Another fastball, that one at 93. Bianchina did not start against Northeastern, but went 1 for 3 with a double against Penn State yesterday. 9-3 loss for the Lopes to the Nittany Lions. Blackowitz ready for the 1-2. Here it is. Into the dirt, 2-2. Talking with the coaches about Gavin, that's going to be where he takes the next step, is putting guys away with 2 strikes. Secondary stuff is improving, but needs to find that put-away pitch. Here's the 2-2. In the dirt, full count. You're seeing that play out right here in the first batter for Grand Canyon. Blackowitz set, and the 3-2. That's lifted in the air to center. It's hit pretty well. Nunez tracking it right in front of the warning track. Puts it away for out number 1. Ball was hit on the screws from Bianchina, but not enough lift on it. Nunez able to casually run back and put that away for out number 1. Good job from Blackowitz to win that battle. Now Perez, he's the catcher. He's had a couple of productive games for GCU. He's got a loud batting stance from the right side. Blackowitz first pitch. Fastball top of the zone, 0-1. He's got an open stance, hands above his head, and kind of waves that bat around. Gavin with the deep breath brings it home, and it hit him. And that one hurt. Not sure, got him on the kneecap or where it got him. I'm not so sure he didn't. Oh, got him in the arm. I'm not so sure he didn't lean into that. I don't think it was close to being a strike, but that one's going to hurt as he trots down to first. So each starter has plunked a batter in the top of the first inning, or the first inning, I should say.
He's wincing that left arm and not moving it too much. I'm with you. I thought it might have got equipment with the noise that we heard there, but that shows you that was forceful contact right on the bone.
Here's Dom Chacon. He's the designated hitter. Open stance from the left side, and that one almost hit him. Chacon, 6'4", 200 pounds. Also transferred from South Mountain Community College. Pitch. Pulled on the ground foul, first base side. Counts 1-1. Chacon from nearby Scottsdale started his career at Arizona State. This team, like so many, just loaded with transfers. Blackowitz to the belt. Here's the pitch. Check swing on a pitch up. Don't need to appeal. Home plate umpire will take care of that himself. It's 1-2. And Blackowitz is ahead of another hitter. Perez gets his lead from first. Gavin throws over that way. No tag applied. In front of the diving Perez. No score, bottom of the first inning. Blackowitz set. And the pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Fastball at 94. That was a close pitch. Tough take from Chacon. Two balls and two strikes on the designated hitter for GCU. There goes the runner. There's a line drive to second. Should be a candy double play. Buck puts away the line drive. The flip to Sanderson finishes the L4-3 double play. And the Lopes are terminated here in the bottom of the first. For GCU, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Scoreless first as we head to the second. This is Big Red Baseball.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Hands on the wheel, head in the game. The driver has one job to drive. This message from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Scoreless after one inning here at Sloan Park. Couple of hard-hit baseballs for both teams. Nothing to show for it. A little traffic on the base path as well. Nebraska hits here in the top of the second.
Get their second look at Chase Fry, who had to work pretty hard to get through his first inning. 24 pitches for him. Got big strikeouts of two heavy hitters in the Husker lineup of Sanderson and Carey to get out of it. It'll be Max Budenbach to lead off for the Big Red. Max, 2 for 5 in the game here last night. He had a big 2-run double off the fence in right field in the third inning against Northeastern. First pitch of the second inning is on its way and it misses high for a ball, 1-0. Starting to get to that part of the weekend, game 3 of the first weekend, where you're testing the depth of your pitching staff. So it'd be crucial for both teams to get to the bullpens early in this one. This pitch is sprayed off to the left and out of play. Pounds off the metal grandstand straight down. Sun is close to setting. It is a picturesque evening here in Mesa. Pitch. There's a slow roller to the right side. First baseman Peary picks it up. He's going to run to first himself and just a step ahead of the speeding Butenbach up the line. Some indecisiveness there from the first baseman Peary on what he wanted to do. Flip it or take it himself. Butenbach rolls out to first, and there's one away for Cole Kitchens. Boy, what a weekend he's had to this point. Husker newcomer already with 5 hits. He's done that in just 9 at-bats, and he hit some bullets yesterday. This pitch is called strike at the knees, 0-1. Fastball at 91. Started his career with a bases-clearing double in the opener against UConn in the first inning. Finished the night 3 for 4. 2 hits here last night, 5 trips. The 0-1. Big cut and a miss. Pitch was down at his ankles, and it was a breaking ball. Now he's down 0-2. Kitchen's going to have to protect. The pitch. Line drive toward right center field. Charles moves in into his right to glove it for out number 2. Kitchens finds another barrel, but relatively harmless fly ball to right field, and the Huskers quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the second. Now Devin Nunez. Nooney, the last Husker to get going offensively. 0 for 5 start to his season. Sophomore from Texas, open stance from the left side. The first pitch is on its way, and it's cut on and missed, 0-1. Nunez did contribute a sac fly RBI in the game last night. Fry holds in the pitch. Chopper foul, first base side, pounds off the blue covered tarp. Rhett Stokes politely going to go grab that foul ball. But another Husker down 0-2. Nunez moves up in the box a bit. Chokes up, trying to protect the plate. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that was a quick inning for Chase Fry and GCU. Huskers retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. Through an inning and a half here at Sloan. Nebraska nothing, Grand Canyon nothing on the Huskers Radio Network.
Just like D1 athletes, farmers view each growing season as a new opportunity. Aurora Cooperative is committed to elevating the success of our members every season. Rooted in our core mission, we provide top-notch products, services, and expertise. Our strong work ethic mirrors that of the Huskers, driving success. Choose Aurora Cooperative, your partner in elevating agriculture. Go Big Red!
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agents Reed Duvall, Natalie Kerr, or Mike Shefford in Lincoln today.
For 85 years, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska has supported the passion and pride of Husker baseball. Blue believes in the Big Red, and Blue believes in you. And don't forget to stick around for our post-game coverage and our Blue Cross Blue Shield RBI of the game with our man Camden Cohn back in the Acres broadcast studio.
Bottom of the second inning here at Sloan Park. Big shout out to Husker softball. Rhonda Ravel's squad getting a win over the number 1 ranked team in the country, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. 2 times this year they've knocked off number 1.
How about that?
Good for them.
Good start there.
Happy flight for Red Team.
That's right.
We'll see what Blackowitz has here in inning number 2. A couple of hard hit balls in the first. His first chore is Cannon Peary, who takes the first pitch down in the dirt, ricocheting off the shin guard of Mike and Miller in front of the Huskers' first base dugout. Peary, the first baseman, 2 hits on the year, 2 for 7, one of those a home run. Swing and a miss here, 1-1, and there was all kinds of the ball boy is captaining the struggle bus right now for GCU. My goodness.
If you're listening and also watching, you would have maybe seen what
I'll
we
try
saw.
to explain it after this pitch.
It was something.
The 1-1 buzz the tower, 2-1. There was a loose pill near the on-deck hitter. He runs out and tries to do his job, drops it, and in doing so drops about 4 more balls. And then he had to vacate, had to hit the escape hatch because the pitch was coming in. And there was 4 baseballs sitting out near the on-deck hitter. The 2-1. He did not swing on the appeal, but the ball ricochets out in fair territory, and that's going to be an out. It hit him in the arm. And now Will Bold out of the dugout. The Husker dugout celebrating.
Yeah, and he's also pointing at the second base umpire, too, to get a better view because it almost looked like he was letting the Nebraska infield know that's a live ball.
And Angel Campos right in the thick of some more controversy.
You got to be careful what you say to Angel Campos, too.
He's got a quick trigger. Now he's scooted back from Will Bolt, giving some distance between the head coach and the skipper, and he's not even going to ask for help. And a relatively heated argument. There's not going to be an appeal. The runner is at first base. Will Bold is still in the game. It's important to point out with Angel Campos back there.
I just feel like he didn't get much of an explanation of what was going on.
Well, and it was way too close to being a swing, and a swing and a miss there, I think, from Tanner Johns. Way too close to being a swing to not even ask for help.
Well, and they appealed down to first. He got the check that was successful call there, but
there's a foul back to the screen, 0-2.
It was the second base umpire that made some type of gesture.
Well, like I said,
that it was a live ball.
And the Husker dugout was celebrating. They
right.
finished the play. threw the ball around the horn and everything. But it's a runner at first for GCU. Blackowitz ahead here, 0-2. His pitch is lifted into the high sky near the infield. Dylan Carey at shortstop backs up about 6 feet onto the outfield grass to make the catch for the first out.
Yeah, it just appeared, sorry, Pat, it appeared that Bolt just wanted him to have a conversation with the second base umpire as well, who had a pretty decent vantage point of what was happening there, but Angel Campos was not going to have that discussion.
We kind of poke fun because, again, if you forgot, Campos was the home plate umpire in the College World Series championship game. As Troy Sanders stands in, swings and misses on a first pitch breaker, 0-1. That ejected 2/3 of the coaching staff of Coastal Carolina in the first inning. So, tolerance threshold not real high for ejections. Pick over to first, chases back Cannon Peary. And there was definitely some stubbornness in that conversation from home plate blue. There goes the runner from first. The 0-1 pitch is in there for a strike. The throw to second is not in time. Peary steals it. You call that a ball?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Well, there was a ejection earlier at this ballpark, too, in the Kansas State game.
He was right in the middle of that. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Waved and missed, 1-2. That pitch looked pretty much over the middle of the plate from here. Blackowitz, the man at second and 1 out. 1-2 count on Troy Sanders. Here's the pitch. Way outside that time. He overthrew that one. It's 2-2. No score, bottom of the first. Now what? Making Gavin get rid of the ball. Apparently he went to the mouth and straight to the ball. So Angel Campos making him get rid of that one. Johnny on the spot. 2-2 on Troy Sanders. Here's the pitch. Outside, full count. Sanders, right-handed hitting second baseman. Blackowitz comes set. Here's the pitch. That's lifted into the gap in left center. Long run for Nunez. He tracks it down to make the catch on the warning track. Gets the ball into Dylan Carey. Chases back the runner from second base. So no advance from Peary. Another hard hit ball for GCU, but a good play from Devin Nunez in center.
Yeah, you're going to look at it in two different ways here, with the ability to at least challenge a hitter in that count. But also, you got to keep in mind the location, too, because you're right. We've seen a couple of these now where that pitch has been elevated, and GCU's been able to get some barrel on it.
Now left-handed hitting Max Charles. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Kicks away from Miller as it's down into the dirt. So taking third, Cannon Peary. So a hit by pitch, a stolen base, questionable hit by pitch, stolen base, and now a wild pitch gets the game's first run to third base. 0-1 on Charles. Big, tall, left-handed hitter. The pitch. Tied him up. That was a nasty two-seamer that ran in on his hands. He's way ahead at 0-2. Charles also listed at 6'3". Blackowitz miles ahead at 0-2. Here's the pitch. Did he go around? They say no. And the Husker dugout is about to lose their minds because that pitch was right on the border of being a strike, and Angel Campos is staring into that Husker dugout. My goodness.
I'm not sure where that missed, Ben.
Blackowitz brings it in. That's hit down the right field line, twisting foul and out of play. Boy, there is some serious attitude behind home plate directed toward the first base dugout. Blackowitz trying to fight through it. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's some emotion from the black jerseys as they hop over the railing to congratulate their right-handed hurler. For GCU, no runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We're through 2, scoreless here at Sloan Park. We go to the 3rd. This is Big Red Baseball.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect that water is the reason parts of your concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
In Nebraska, the good life means mornings that wait for you. A porch swing or a skyline view. Work that matters and time that's yours. Neighbors who wave. Hey there. Stars you can almost touch. A mortgage that makes sense. More space, more time, more life. Nebraska, the good life is calling. Are you ready to answer? Learn more about living in Nebraska at www.thegoodlifeiscalling.com.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Well, no score here at Sloan Park. Ben McLaughlin alongside Nick Hanley. And Camden Cohn producing for us back in Lincoln, but some mild fireworks here to get through the first 2 innings. Good time for me to sit out and let Nick Hanley take over for the 3rd.
Yeah, take a beat there, Ben. Something about these two teams, when they square off, there's little
some
chirping,
extracurriculars.
Chirping back and forth, and it'll be 9-1-2 for Nebraska here in the top of the 3rd. Will Jeske leads off, shows bunt, pulls back, looks at the pitch inside, 1-0. Jeske hitting 400, 2 of 5 here in 2 games. Had a single Friday and yesterday. Getting the start in left field for the 3rd straight game. As he pulls this one deep left center field towards the GCU bullpen. And Will Jeske has left the yard. Will Jeske wasting no time. Ball over the heart of the plate, and he just pulverizes it to left field. Wow.
Picking right up where he left off in batting practice. The slow clap trickles over to the ballpark. That was a bomb off of Jeske's bat.
107 off the bat. 405 happy feet. Will Jeske with his first homer, 2nd for Nebraska here in the young season. First pitch looked at in there for strike 1 for Mike and Miller. As Nebraska back to the top of the order. And there again, that length of this lineup, your 9-hole hitter doing damage. Fry works from the stretch. The 0-1 to Miller. Swings and misses at the slider. 0-2 here on the Husker backstop. Miller grounded out to Fry. His first at bat. Now on an 0-2 hole. Getting his second look at the big lefty. The pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. That'll leave it up. Make that 1-2. So Nebraska strikes first. Second hit of the game. There's a chopping ground ball. Just goes foul down the 3rd baseline. We'll keep it at 1-2. It's safe to say with where that ball went in the distance and all of it is our Secure Care hit of the game. It's quite a hit. He's going to need a chiropractor. To find a chiropractic physician in Nebraska, visit nebraskachiropractic.org. The 1-2 pitch fouled back to the screen. So Mike and Miller battling away. As Ben mentioned, we were watching BP. The very last ball that Will Jeske hit, he asked his teammates for a slow clap. Rob Childress delivered, and Jeske hit a home run and was letting them know about it. It was quite the loose moment for this group as that one's in the dirt 2-2.
Yeah, and a Vegas upset of the century that it was Jeske providing that.
And, of course, after he did that, a little celebration only Will Jeske could deliver. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball low, and Mike and Miller working back into a full count.
The kid is just hilarious. I mean, you're having a bad day. Just go talk to Ski for 5 minutes.
That's all it takes. That is all it takes. Fry set. The payoff pitch. It's a little weak tapper down the first baseline, foul. But Mike and Miller staying alive this at bat. Trying to see some more pitches here from Fry. Boy, you'd love to be able to compound that solo home run with a base runner here. Put a little more pressure here on Fry. 3-2 again. And that one's hit sharply but fouled the other way. Miller got a little bit more barrel just late on the offering.
This is going to be a lively first base dugout if he can reach a bag here. Wasn't that bat?
Seeing a lot more pitches than his first at bat for sure. 3-2 again. Swing and a miss. Fry got him, wins the battle there. And the first out here in the top of the third. Fry gets his fourth strikeout. That'll bring up Jet Buck. Buck with the other Husker hit, a single back in the first. So Jet Buck now 5 for 10, hitting .500 for Nebraska. Has a double and an RBI as well. First pitch to him is hit well into right center field. Chasing Nielsen back towards the warning track. Looks up, makes the catch, running into the wall. As Jet Buck with some really good contact there, but the ballpark just held it. Good job by Nielsen tracking that one down in deep right center.
First baseman number 14, Case Sanderson.
This will bring up Case Sanderson. Sanderson, a strikeout victim back in the first, but he has been a tough guy to get out. Now 5 for 8 on the season. His second look looks at a slider in there for strike one.
The metrics on that fly out from Buck. Went 400 feet and he hit it 104 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That thing was smoked.
He didn't miss it. And we've seen a few at this ballpark that have traveled really the distance that the ballpark will allow to stay in. Another slider. This one catches the inside corner. 0-2 on Case Sanderson. Saw Cole Kitchens with one last night that went 369 feet to right center. 0-2 pitch outside, 1-2. So what we've seen so far from Chase Fry, pretty good location. Able to hit spots. Heavy 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Good slider. The 1-2. This one fouled back to the screen. Got in on the hands of Case. Sanderson looking to have a huge season. Healthy. Put in the work in the offseason. And it shows just with his size. He's been off to a good start. The 1-2 pitch. Shoots that the other way, foul. That's going to reach the seats. So the inning started off with a solo home run by Will Jeske. And that is the one run in this ballgame so far here in the top of the third. 1-0 Nebraska. The pitch. Fouled back the other way again. And what we've seen since is Mike and Miller and now Case Sanderson spoiling a lot of pitches here. Chase Fry. Fry set again. The 1-2 again. Upstairs and just off the plate. That's 2-2. Some big moments from Case last year. Nobody will forget the walk-off home run against Michigan on that Saturday game that secured a Nebraska series victory over the Wolverines. 2-2 pitch. There's a high chopper over the head of Fry. Case Sanderson digging for first, and he will beat the throw. An infield single for Case Sanderson. And so he's literally gone to every field. We've seen the base hit to left, to center, to right, the double, and now an infield base hit to add to the collection of now 6 hits on the year. And Case keeps the inning alive. Once it got over the long body of Fry, you knew it was going to be a tough play there for Bates. Sanderson showing some good speed there as well. So here's Joshua Overbeek with a chance to extend the inning as he hits one into center field. That's going to drop down for a base hit, and they will hold Sanderson up at second. Ball was hanging in the air, but a good job by Nielsen in getting in on it and not allowing, really kind of forcing the hand of Lance Harvell over at third base to hold Sanderson at second. So first and second with 2 away. And again, Nebraska with some activity with 2 outs. Dylan Carey had the opportunity last inning. He went down swinging. We'll see if he can atone for that. Carey so far, he is 5 for 11 with a triple, a home run, and he's driven in 5.
Action now in the Grand Canyon bullpen. Right-hander Cam Cunnings starting to get loose.
Well, the Case Sanderson single obviously wasn't solid contact, but we've seen some really good contact this inning. First pitch, the ground ball down the third baseline, foul, just between Lance Harvell and Bianchina. Dylan Carey, he was the man who walked off UConn on Friday in the 10-run mercy rule with the triple. Had a home run in last night's victory over Northeastern. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good stop by Perez. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Dylan Carey. Huskers lead 1-0 in the top of the third. Runners at first and second with 2 away. Sanderson from second, Overbeek from first. Fry checks Sanderson, the 1-1. This one shot the other way, high in the air, and that's going to work its way out of play. Ben mentioned, and there's solid red clad of fans here in the desert. Nebraska's support all weekend long has been so good. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Carey going to battle here. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Tied him up. Going to have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout, and they do to retire the side. Nebraska leaves a couple stranded, but Will Jeske delivers the game's first run with a solo home run to lead off the inning. Huskers able to get 3 hits in the frame with no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Nebraska 1, GCU nothing on the Huskers Radio Network.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
When you think office solutions, think EECS. With locations across Nebraska, let EECS provide solutions for your business. Office supplies, cleaning supplies, copiers and printers, technology solutions, and furniture. They truly have it all. Visit EECS.com. Huskers jump in front 1-0 on the Jeske home run. Both teams have threatened to score a few times. Huskers have already left 4 on base. We'll see what Gavin Blachowicz has here in inning number 3.
And as you would imagine, in a 7-4 victory that Nebraska had last night against Northeastern, there were a couple things you could pick at, and You ask the head coach, leaving a few too many on the base path last night compared to what you saw on Friday. GCU's left 1 on, while Nebraska's been mentioned 4 on. Huskers with 4 hits in this game. 8-9-1 here for GCU. It'll be Camden Bates, the shortstop. Get his first look at Blackowitz. Misses low with a fastball. Bates 1 for 5 on the year. Does have an RBI. Started both games for the Lopes. Another fastball misses low. We talked about trying to pound the strike zone early and often here for Blackowitz and then finding that put-away pitch. It's been a mixed bag to this point. 2-0 pitch. That one's tapped by the on-deck circle for the Lopes. 2-1. GCU with a lot of new faces having to fill some pretty big roles. A lot of new arms. Fries look pretty decent so far, but a lot of discovery here for this team as he pops this one foul off to the right out of play. Just beyond the seats to our right. That'll even things up at 2-2. There's a pitching staff a year ago for the Lopes that was hit around quite a bit, north of a 6 ERA. 2-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Delayed call by Angel Campos, and Camden Bates walks back to the dugout in disgust. Second strikeout for Gavin Blackowitz and gets the important first out here at the bottom of the third. Really pounded the outside Black there. Here's Jarrett Nielsen, center fielder, getting his first start of the 26th season. There's a breaking ball, just lost grip of that one, goes over the head of Jarrett Nielsen. A good snag there by Mike and Miller. Defensive alignment playing him straight away. It's a good-looking slider, catches the outside corner, 1-1. GCU, though, and it's still somewhat new transition into Division I baseball. Swing and a miss. It's a little over a decade now. They have been a 30-win team, 30-plus win team, with 3 NCAA tournament appearances in a 10-year span. Fastball just off the plate. That evens up at 2-2. Ben said it. You see a lot of transfers from other D1 programs or the power conference programs, and especially in this area. Swing and a miss on the slider. Changes the eye level, goes up with it. And able to fan Nielsen for back-to-back strikeouts. 2 away here in the bottom of the third. And now you want to see if Blackowitz starts to get himself into that rhythm. We saw Carson Yassa do in the middle of the game where he was able to run off 7 consecutive strikeouts on his way to a career high of 9 strikeouts in that performance. Top of the order here is Vince Bianchina, looks at a fastball just inside. Bianchina flew out to Nunez on a pretty hard hit ball. Blackowitz works from the stretch as well. There's a ball sharply hit to short, but picked by Dylan Carey. Easy play over to first. To retire the side, a 3 up, 3 down inning for Gavin Blackowitz and the Huskers. We've played 3 here at Sloan Park. Nebraska 1, GCU nothing. This is Big Red Baseball.
Nothing ruins a good game like a plumbing curveball. Whether it's a clogged drain, leaky water heater, or a sump pump quitting at the worst time, John Henry's is here with service professionals who explain your options and get it done right. From quick repairs to full replacements, we protect your home and your weekend. Proud to be an official partner of Husker Baseball. Make the easy call to John Henry's today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
You expect your home to protect everything you love. But you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your crawl space and damaging your home. Musty smells, sagging floors, mold are just a few signs your crawl space is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Nebraska baseball brought to you in part by your Midwest Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com for all your truck, SUV, and electric vehicle needs. Pretty efficient inning for Gavin Blachowicz. Much needed after some extended work in the first inning. But overall, a couple of strikeouts and a slick play from Nebraska's shortstop keeps the game where it's at. Nebraska up 1-0.
Max Butenbach to lead things off for Nebraska. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Big Red. Now you look back at the first inning and now the third inning for Nebraska with 2 outs. It's really been a positive theme in the first 2 games with Nebraska's hitting with 2 outs, and especially given the part of the lineup. I'm not going to put it all on Dylan Carey because he does plenty and will continue to do plenty for this offense, but very few guys you'd rather have up in that situation. And Nebraska yet to really strike with the 2 outs. Still very early in this game. Butenbach is going to be hit. Looks over at the dugout. Try to pump him up, and Nebraska has their lead man aboard. That is the third hit by pitch we've seen between the 2 pitchers in this one. Saw a couple here in the last couple nights as well. This will bring up Cole Kitchens with a runner on first. Cole flew out to right in a second. This one came inside. It missed him, but close to that left knee. Pretty sharp bite on the fastball from Fry. Butenbach with a modest lead over at first. There's a ball hit well over to right center field. Flagging it, though, is Nielsen. And now the right fielder, Charles, will call him off to make the catch. Struck decently off the barrel of Cole Kitchens, but right to the defensive alignment out there in right center. Here's Devin Nunez. Nunez struck out back in the second. Still looking for his first hit of the 26 season. Drove in a run on a sacrifice fly last night. Here with 1 on, 1 out. There's a ball sharply hit up the middle, and there's your first base hit of the season for Devin Nunez, going from first to third. Butenbach on his way. The throw, not in time, and Nunez advances to second on the throw. And the Huskers now with runners in scoring position with just 1 out.
That is just dynamic base running by both Huskers there. Butenbach never hesitated. He was going first to third the whole way, and heads up Nunez to follow him all the way to second, and that might do it. As head coach for GCU, Greg Wallace, is out of the dugout. They've had a right-hander working, and with what Jeske did to Fry earlier, they're going to make the change right here. That is excellent base running and a little fist pump from Coach Harvell to Nooney, finding his way to second.
It's a Nebraska soybean pitching change. Nebraska Farm Facts soy-based biodiesel is good for our air, environment, and Nebraska economy. Look for it where you fill up next. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for GCU when we return here to Sloan Park on the Huskers Radio Network.
Husker pride isn't just in the stands. It's in the fuel that gets the Big Red to every game. Thanks to Nebraska farmers and the soy checkoff, Husker team buses now run on clean, renewable biodiesel made from Nebraska soybeans. It cuts emissions, supports farmers, and keeps the Husker pride rolling all season long. Biodiesel, fueling the Big Red mile after mile. Brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers and the soy checkoff.
The new pitcher for Grand Canyon is right-handed throwing senior Aiden Lee. Lee is a grad transfer to GCU, transferred over from Cal State Monterey Bay. Pitched in 13 games with 8 starts a year ago, so he is extended out a bit. Finished his season last year with a 4-2 record and an ERA of 4.38, 56 strikeouts and just under 50 innings of work. And so his first action as GCU began his career over at San Francisco. So he is making his Lope debut here in a bit of a sticky spot, second and third and one out. Nebraska trying to add to their lead.
Will Jeske, who again has provided the game's only offense in this one so far with a solo home run, a ball that was 107 off the bat. It went over 400 feet into that GCU left field bullpen, just over the bullpen. Will hit with runners at second and third and just one out. And Ben, we go back to even last night and bring up Max Butenbach. That moment where you had the error for the Northeastern shortstop. Ball ricochets into left field. Butenbach goes from first to second, puts himself in scoring position. Then Cole Kitchens hits behind him, moves him over to third. Nunez with the sacrifice fly. These are those moments, that situation where, sure, you'd love to see the extra base hit here and be able to clear the bases, but also at the very least doing the damage of trying to just put the ball in play on the right side and getting at least that run in. This is those situation moments that Nebraska feels like they're a lot more equipped to handle.
Yeah, that's those moments in the game that you circle in your scorecard. That could be the difference.
So Jeske 1 for 1 with that solo shot back in the top of the third. First offering. Slider just catches the outside corner, strike one. Lee really closed off, and now we're going to get Angel Campos giving him some direction here. Momentary stoppage. Now Lee will get back from the stretch on the rubber. Closes that front side off. 0-1 offering. Way outside. Gets away from the catcher Perez. Coming around to score is Butenbach. And Nunez advances to third. It's 2-0 Nebraska on the wild pitch. So the Huskers able to scratch another one across here. Nunez leading away from third base with just one out. And now a big hole up the middle in this infield as Bates, the shortstop, shading well to his right. 1-1 pitch way outside of the slider, 2-1. Yeah, Bates is really playing that pull side. And now Sanders starting to drift a little closer to second base, trying to eliminate that gap. There's a ball hit towards the center, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Hit through the shift did Will Jeske off the glove of Sanders into center field. That drives in Devin Nunez, and Will Jeske has two ribbies, and the Huskers at it 3-0 now.
Yeah, and the length of this offense is going to give people problems. You know, that you just look at when you start getting to the bottom half of that order with Butenbach and Kitchens, Nunez, and then obviously Jeske out of the 9 spot.
And that takes us back to the top of the order with Mike and Miller. Miller looks at a breaking ball on the outside corner, 0-1. Miller 0 for 2 tonight. Making his Husker debut as a starting catcher. Jeter Worthley getting the night off. Jeske leads away from first. Big lead. He'll take off. There's a ball shot through the left side. A perfect hit and run. Jeske going from second on his way to third. And there will be no throw. Runners at the corners. Perfect execution on the hit and run from Mike and Miller. There's his first hit as a Husker.
Yeah, this is just an offensive clinic at the moment right now for the Huskers. It's the second hit and run in as many nights they've executed perfectly. And now you get Jet Buck a chance to drive in another run. Already 7 hits for the Cornhuskers.
Will Jeske wasn't really fooling anybody. His secondary lead was already in process as he was still set at the belt. And that's probably a missed opportunity by GCU not communicating with Aiden Lee, because Jeske was heavily leaning. You could tell he was taking off. Jet Buck, runners at the corners. Miller leads away from first. First pitch, slider out, 1-0.
And it's no secret what Lee's trying to do, right? I mean, it's just heavy slider
He's already let one get away, and that plated Max Butenbach on the wild pitch. Quick throw back over to first. Miller under the tag. Now, Ben said it. Coach Bolt said it in the pregame. Very rare to have your two catchers having the athleticism and speed to be able to lead off, and that's exactly what Mike and Miller is doing. There's a swing and a miss on the breaking ball, 1-1. So Miller with good speed over there at first. We'll see if Lance Arvell wants to get him in motion here. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jet Buck with 1 out. The pitch. That ball's turned on, but foul. Right off the net. Down the left field line. Good contact for Jet Buck. Now going to have to battle at 1-2.
Going to be a brief delay as we chase down that ball, but you could see Buck sitting slider and got one up in the zone, and he just smashed it, but wouldn't be surprised to see Lee try to sneak a fastball by him now, so you got to be on top of the heater.
Jet Buck with a hit already tonight. A couple of hard hit balls. He's 1 for 2 officially. Quick throw back over to first. Mike and Miller not showing his hand. Didn't look like he was leaning. We'll see, though, if he's in motion. Jeske leads away from third. Miller from first. 1 out. Here in the top of the fourth, Huskers already with 2 across. There's a ball hit well into left field, sending Johns towards the warning track. He'll make the catch. He'll be deep enough to drive in Will Jeske, and the Huskers extend their lead now 4-0. So again, good situational hitting by Nebraska, and Jet Buck with 2 strikes still able to drive one to deep left field, and no problem at all getting Jeske to score from third on the sacrifice fly. And so now with 2 outs, runner at first, it'll be Case Anderson. He'll get his first look at Aiden Lee. First pitch upstairs. Jaime Perez out of the crouch quickly, anticipating a possible attempt at a steal here. Good at bat by Jet Buck. Driving in another run. That's now 2 ribbies for him this season. Slider misses away. 2-0 now here on Case Anderson.
This is a live arm. I mean, we're talking about the slider, but that fastball was 95 to Sandy.
Yeah, it's been more of the complimentary pitch, at least so far. The slider again away, 3-0. It's been 80-20 slider fastball so far from Aiden Lee. It's a luxury if you can locate that slider and then come back in with a 95-mile-an-hour heater. But got to locate the slider first. 3-0 offering outside. 4-pitch walk for Case Anderson. Inning continues. And Nebraska will now have another runner in scoring position as Mike and Miller trots over to second.
They just put so much pressure on you, Nick. I mean, I know they didn't score in that first inning. They got obviously the 1 run in the third, but it's a couple innings in a row now with 2 outs. Just extending innings and making pitchers work. That just grinds you down as the game unfolds.
Well, Joshua Overbeek, who had a single back in the third, and he's also been hot to start off the season. Fouls this one back over by the Husker dugout. Overbeek with 5 hits in 10 at-bats on the year. He's driven in 5. He's got 3 doubles on the season. And he will hit again with a runner in scoring position and 2 away. Aiden Lee checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Slider upstairs. Joshua Overbeek. Said it many times, especially with the way that his offense has shown up here early. Maybe doesn't get enough credit for how good of a third base he plays. 1-1 pitch. Low inside. Came in with a fastball there. 2-1, and Overbeek really getting a good eye on that one. Overbeek with a chance to really punch a hole in this game. Already 4-0 Big Red. 2-1 pitch. Took a hack at that one. Came up empty. Now 2-2. I think Beek was hunting a fastball, got a slider, and it broke in on the hands. So now Overbeek going to protect. Sanderson from first, Miller from second with 2 away here in the top of the 4th. The pitch. Slider outside. They'll appeal, and they'll say he did check his swing. Count runs full. Runners will be off here on this next pitch. And a big one coming with Dylan Carey waiting on deck. You know, he's chomping at the bit. Have another opportunity to drive in some runs. Aiden Lee comes set. Runners take off. Swing and a miss. Got Overbeek swinging on the slider to retire the side. But a solid inning for the Huskers. They get 3 runs. They do so off 3 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's Nebraska 4, GCU nothing. The Huskers Radio Network.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Nothing goes better with Huskers sports than Fairbury. Fairbury Premium Quality Hot Dogs deliver the home game experience to your family and friends. Fairbury, the official hot dog of Husker Nation. Good go for the Huskers, scoring in back-to-back innings and take a 4-0 lead. See if Blackowitz can follow it up with a shutdown inning.
Blackowitz, you hope, really showed signs of settling into the start back in the 3rd inning. Was able to get the first 2 hitters to strike out. A hard hit ground ball to Dylan Carey. He was able to defend cleanly. And so Blackowitz has retired 6 straight GCU hitters. He'll face 2, 3, 4 here in the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Jaime Perez, the catcher. First pitch in there for strike 1. Jaime Perez hit by a pitch back in the first. 2 for 5 coming into the game. Got a double and an RBI. Played both. Games for the Lopes. Their win against Northeastern, their loss against Penn State. There's a ball hit well into left center field. That's going to be down for a hit. Jeske getting over there, trying to keep Perez at a single. He will. And so GCU looking to answer. They get their lead man aboard on a sharply hit single off the bat of Jaime Perez.
Designated hitter number 30.
That'll bring up Dominic Chacon, a .333 hitter coming into tonight. Kind of a tough luck plate appearance as he lined in to an L4-3 double play to end the 1st inning. A hard hit ball, left-handed hitter. First offering from Blackowitz. Slider in the dirt. So Gavin Blackowitz, his first start here, the 2026 season. Good size at 6'4", 210, out of Olathe, Kansas. Another off-speed misses low, 2-0. These are the things that, if you're Rob Childress, the pitching coach for Nebraska, you want to see. Not only how you set the tone in the game, but then when you get a lead, how do you pitch with that lead? 2-0 offering. That one shot into left center. Devin Nunez racing in, trying to make the catch, will not. As that drops right in front, Jeske gets to it. Runners now at first and second. And traffic building here for the Lopes in the bottom of the 4th. not necessarily a hard hit ball, just flared it out at left center field. Nunez and Jeske were racing in, could not make the play. Cannon Peary, who does have a home run this season, had one against Northeastern on Friday night, was hit by a pitch back in the second. Looks at a slider out. 1-0. Peary 2 for 7 on the season. Had 3 RBIs in that victory over Northeastern on Friday. Dangerous hitter for the Lopes. This one bounces in dirt. Great stop by Mike and Miller, keeping the runners where they are. And Gavin fighting it just a little bit here in the bottom of the fourth. And this is what you can ill afford to do after working hard to get that lead. 1 run in the third, 3 in the fourth for Nebraska, but Lopes now threatening. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Rob Childers going to come out and talk to his sophomore righty. His pitching staff and obviously handled by Rob Childers, and we talked to him before the game. He was really excited to see Blackowitz, who really kind of earned this start, Ben.
Yeah, he sure did. And, it can be tough, too, as you know, those long innings offensively to get back out and get in a rhythm. And then if you're going to be a starter at this level, obviously you have to work your way through lineups multiple times, but you have to find your way to pitch yourself out of situations like this. It's rare that you're just going to be in the rocking chair all start long. Obviously, you want to make sure you're fielding your position here, executing your pitches, and let your defense play behind you.
Well, there's always that part of the equation that you just laid out there of when you're pitching with the lead, you want to challenge hitters, you want to really emphasize those first pitch strikes, but also location. And that's been the situation here. He was able to get ahead of Jaime Perez before he hit the ball well to left field. Got behind Chacon. And now behind Cannon Peary, 2-0. Perez leads from second, Chacon from first. Fastball down the middle, strike one. Sometimes it's just slowing down that heart rate, too.
During that mound visit, bodies down to that right field bullpen.
2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Runners at first and second here in the bottom of the fourth. Huskers up 4-0. There's one on the inside corner, just missed. Peary just able to lay off that one. That's a good take by the big righty. Now 3-1. Blackowitz peers in, now comes set. Checks Perez. Gives him another look. Perez dancing over at second.
Pitch clock violation.
Pitch clock violation, so that will now load the bases. It was a 3-1 count. And Perez, you could tell he knew it, and so he started to move back and forth a little bit to get Blackowitz's attention.
Well, and they're picking and choosing when they're putting the clock up on the board, so we can't necessarily see what's going on.
So the bags are full. Lopes looking to get right back in this game. Tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the fourth, and Gavin Blackowitz just trying to get some outs here with a 4-run lead.
Now Mike and Miller out to chat with Gavin, and there's a lot of bodies down there stretching, but nobody throwing right now, so it's going to be Gavin at least for a while longer.
And you're doing this through really the heart of the order with GCU, as Tanner John's now the hitter. John started just 1 game in the first 2. 1 for 2 with an RBI. Big left-handed hitter. Bases loaded, nobody out. Flew out to Dylan Carey and is only at bat. He sends this one to deep left field, sending Will Jeske towards the warning track. He measures it, makes the catch. That will bring in Perez for GCU's first run. It's now 4-1 in favor of Nebraska after the sacrifice fly from Tanner Johns. Nobody else advances. So now runners at first and second with 1 out.
I think both teams are probably content with that result, Nick. for GCU, you're on the board, but for Nebraska, and if you're Gavin, now you're one pitch away from getting out of it.
Troy Sanders, 6-hole hitter for the Lopes. 0 for 1, flew out to Nunez in the second. Looks at a breaking ball in there for strike one. It hasn't really been the problem for Gavin tonight, getting that first pitch over for a strike. It's just been able to try to finish off hitters. Check Chacon at second, the 0-1. There's a fastball on the outside corner, 0-2.
And this is exactly what you just said. Putting hitters away with 2 strikes, and he's way ahead now.
Trying to get him to use that changeup more. We'll see between the slider and that. There's a fastball upstairs. Actually, a little bit of a...
It was a change.
That was the changeups. It was high. Well, that's the pitch that has really been the difference between last year and this year for Blackowitz. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chacon leads away from second. This one in the dirt. There's the breaking ball, and a good stop by Mike and Miller, trying to keep those runners where they are at first and second with 1 out. Keep that double play in order. 2-2 here on Sanders. A .250 hitter, 1 for 4 on the season. Has driven in 2. 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Gavin Blackowitz. Needed that one. That's his 4th. But more importantly, the second out here in the bottom of the 4th. And Rob Childers going to love to see that bounce back there from his starter. Still not done here, but now runners first and second with 2 away. You can play it where it takes you if you're in the infield. Here's Max Charles, 333 hitter. Breaking ball, softly tapped over, but it's going to be foul off the foot. As Blackowitz trying to make a play on it. So 0-1, and Gavin again able to get that first pitch over for a strike. I know it sounds very remedial, Ben. It sounds very elementary, but you look at the percentages when you can get that first pitch over for a strike and how much of an advantage that puts on the mound. Especially in a situation where bases were loaded with nobody out. 0-1 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. That fastball located well by Blackowitz. Now 0-2. Husker dugout coming to life. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Actually just got a piece of it. They're going to say he's out. Angel Campos. It really fooled Max Charles. He looked back. He thought he got a piece of it. Angel Campos says, no, you didn't. And that will be a big 5th strikeout for Gavin Blackowitz as he limits the damage in that inning. GCU does get 1 run. They do so off 2 hits, but they leave 2 big runners on base. We played 4 here at Sloan Park. It's Nebraska 4, GCU 1. This is Big Red Baseball.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Husker Nation travels well with the Lincoln Airport, the official airport of Husker Athletics, with convenient flights and hassle-free service. It's LNK for the win. Visit LincolnAirport.com. And a huge job of just pitching through some traffic, limiting the damage for Gavin Blackowitz. 4-1 as we've reached the 5th. And once again to tell you about it is Ben McLaughlin.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. not a stretch to say it was the biggest pitch of Gavin's young career. Start the fifth here. Dylan Carey takes a first pitch slider over for a strike, 0-1. The pitcher for GCU still Aiden Lee. DC tonight 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. Gets to start an inning for the first time tonight. The 0-1. Slider hammered but foul down the left field line. It's going to ricochet all the way in front of the GCU bullpen. Got a little help there, fellas. Career high for Gavin now in both innings pitched and strikeouts. The 0-2 pitch waved and missed on a pitch in the dirt for Carey. The throw to first finishes the strikeout. Tough night for DC. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. That'll get Max Butin back to the plate. Max reached his last plate appearance, hit by a pitch, and came around to score. Lee from the stretch, the pitch. Slider just low, ball 1. 4-1 Huskers as we play here in the top of the fifth. Lee brings it in. Another one misses outside. It was a changeup that time. Butin back. 2 hits on the year. He's been the right fielder for the Huskers in all 3 games. The pitch. That one's in there. Slider in the back door. 2-1. Still slider heavy from this right-hander. Second pitcher of the night for GCU. More action in their bullpen. The pitch. Butenbach lifts a high fly ball toward the line in left field. Johns chasing it. He's in fair territory. Reaches backwards to make the catch. He overran that a bit, but was still able to get the glove on it and make the catch for the second out. Now the fifth is up to Cole Kitchens. Kitchens has flown out to right both plate appearances. Lee brings it home. Pull on the ground, foul right into the left palm of Lance Harvell. 0-1 on the Husker designated hitter. Cole Kitchens, transfer from Southern Indiana. The 0-1 pitch. Slider just misses off, 1-1. Lee works quickly. The 1-1 pitch. Another slider misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Kitchens came to campus with a broken hand in the fall, so he missed more than a few weeks getting started here in Lincoln. This 2-1 pitch is in the dirt, kicks away from the catcher, 3-1. Certainly all healed up at this point in time. Heading the count here, 3 balls and a strike. If he can reach, Nunez will bat. The pitch. Another one lifted in the air to right. Third time he's gone that way. Charles waits for it to come down and makes the catch for the third out. So Kitchens 0 for 3, 3 flyouts to right field. And the Huskers go quietly here in the fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors. No Huskers left on base. We're halfway through here at Sloan Park in Mesa. It's Nebraska 4, Grand Canyon 1 on the Huskers Radio Network.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNBO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at FNBO.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office. but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Alongside Nick Hanley, I'm Ben McLaughlin, Camden Cone, producing for us. Back in our Acres Broadcast Center here in the fifth. Nebraska leading Grand Canyon 4-1. And it'll be 8-9-1 due up against Blackowitz. Camden Bates set to lead off. Bates, junior shortstop for GCU, struck out his first plate appearance. First pitch of the inning for Gavin misses low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Bates was a very highly recruited prospect out of high school. He started his career at Tennessee the year the Volunteers won the national championship and transferred down here to Arizona State after 1 year. He swings and pops one a mile high into the air. Playable for Sanderson. He is near the line in foul ground, and he makes the catch for the first out. So Bates, the shortstop, his first year here in Phoenix, now 0 for 2 against Blackowitz. Here's Jarrett Nielsen. Nice job by Blackowitz to get the leadoff man out here in the fourth inning. Here's the 9-hole batter, Nielsen. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Nielsen struck out swinging his first trip. Nielsen, a sophomore. Where's the jersey number 53? Pitch popped out of play. Maybe a big Bobby Abreu fan.
That's fair.
That's pretty good pull, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I see those numbers, I start thinking of hockey.
Yeah, offensive line.
Or, yeah, I can't imagine unless maybe Dad played O-line.
Maybe.
I don't know.
The 1-1. Fouled into the mitt of Mike and Miller, 1-2.
You know, fun little fact, Ben. A young 8-year-old Nick Hanley played guard for a team, and I wore 53.
You did not.
I did.
Oh, my gosh. Did you have the stripe on your helmet so you couldn't carry the ball?
Sure did.
The 1-2. Just missed outside, 2-2.
I've maybe heard about the legendary status of one young offensive guard 8-year-old.
Did you do a lot of pulling?
No, we were pretty much straight on blocking. If you could make contact with the guy in front of you, you did something right.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
2-2, the count. Here's Blackowitz's pitch. Lifted again, high into the air, right side. Near the second baseman, Buck makes the call and makes the catch for out number 2. A couple of lazy flyouts for GCU here in the fifth. There's an inordinate amount of money I would pay to see you get off the line right now with a stripe on your helmet, rocking 53 on your back.
Oh, my God.
What did your offense look by then? Were you an option team? Just
we were pretty much power eye.
Quarterback power?
Power eye, yeah. Probably a lot of QB keepers. Then ask who became the quarterback the following year.
Here's B and Keena. That's low, 1-0. So you switched from guard. You had enough, huh?
I went from guard.
Did you have to cut weight?
No, I think I had to add weight. Welcome to Pee Wee football, my friend.
You became eligible the next year.
That's right.
Bodies changed by
that's true.
Pretty dramatic margin at that age. His pitch misses high, 2-0.
Well, just a young redhead trying to make it in the football.
So you
world.
went from QB power as a guard to then you guys ran the air raid with Nick Hanley.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
quarterback.
You've seen me run. You know it wasn't veer option. I'll tell you that. Your uncle knows that, too.
The 2-1. Check swing on a pitch up. Did he go? He did not. 3-0 on B and Keena. You are the world. That not much thought given to defense, huh?
Played a little safety.
Did you still wear 53 at quarterback?
No, I really wish I could have. They wouldn't let me.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. That's a strike. 3-1.
I think I went from 53 to 11.
Your practices looked a little bit
Clearly,
different.
I was a Phil Simms fan.
Your practices looked a little bit different from year to year.
Yeah, very much so. We didn't get a red jersey or anything, though. Still got hit.
The 3-1. Touch low, ball 4. 2-out walk to the Lope leadoff hitter, and that extends the inning for Perez.
So to say anytime I see the number 53, everybody's always going to have their favorite athlete associated with that. I just think back to simpler times.
Well, had I known that 10 minutes ago, I wouldn't have pulled out Bobby Abreu. I would have pulled out Nick Hanley.
Eight-year-old Nick Hanley, yes.
Rob Childress out of the dugout and making the look out to the right field bullpen. And Blackowitz not quite going to find his way through the 5th inning here tonight. His night is finished, but overall, allowing just 2 hits. I think that's a passing effort from number 50 here tonight as he hands the ball to his pitching coach, and pat on the back from Rob Childress, and he's going to be greeted by his teammates. So we've got a Nebraska soybean pitching change. It's a real shame to get away from Nick Hanley's Pee Wee football career here.
It's got to happen, though.
But we got to remind the people about another Nebraska farm fact. Soybean farmers use sustainable practices to leave their land better for the next generation. We'll tell you about the new Husker pitcher after this break on the Huskers Radio Network.
Everywhere you look, Nebraska soybeans are making life better in ways you probably wouldn't expect. They're in your car tires, the paint on your walls, and even the firefighting foam that helps keep our communities safe. From motor oil to shoes to asphalt, Nebraska soybeans are driving innovation, replacing petroleum with cleaner, smarter, sustainable solutions. Nebraska soybeans, hard at work all around us. Brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers and the Soy Checkoff.
New pitcher for Nebraska will be lefty Chase Olson. Chase Olson, redshirt freshman out of Raymore, Missouri, will get the ball here in relief in the bottom of the 5th inning. Chase Olson, guy that we talked to Rob Childress about during the preseason, someone that they thought, again, this is going to be kind of a common theme, could have some different bullpen roles. They were excited to see what he could give, whether it be a matchup or even some extended relief. So he will make his 2026 debut here for Nebraska, here with 2 away and 1 on.
It was funny talking to the coaches about Chase in the preseason, as you mentioned. 5'11", 175-pounder, pretty unassuming looking fella. He would not have played guard.
No.
For Pee Wee football, but we kind of joke, but the coaches are surprised by what Olson can give. And speaking of surprise, I think that's part of his makeup as a pitcher is they look at his stature and don't assume much, but he can get it up into the low 90s, and I think it gets it in on the hitters maybe a little bit more than they expect from him. So color me intrigued.
Yeah.
To see what we're going to watch here from Olson.
Well, he can throw 3 pitches for a strike. He'll have, as you mentioned, low 90s fastball, come with a slider and a change as well. And that's kind of what we've seen with a lot of these different guys between Yasa last night and even Blackowitz as starters. But there's a lot of guys that we're going to see come out of the bullpen that we just haven't seen much of, but have really earned these opportunities with what they've done in the fall and early here in the spring. And Chase Olson's one of those guys that's earned this opportunity here.
So Olson, the lefty, will get Perez, who has reached twice tonight. The runner at first and 2 gone. He'll throw over that way to chase back the runner. Perez hit by a pitch in the first and singled and scored the only GCU run in the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. Just a touch low. And the first base dugout wasn't so happy about that. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 4-1 Nebraska here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch. Fouled straight back to the screen. That was a thunderous cut there from Perez.
Well, there's a couple of different arms that we could see between today and tomorrow, Ben, that I know you and I have talked about, whether it's freshmen or guys like Chase Olson.
The 1-1 pitch. That's belted into left center field, hit pretty well. Jeske, Nunez both chasing. Jeske's on the warning track and makes the catch for the third out of the inning. Boy, Perez can swing it. We have seen that here tonight. That is a long fly out, but an out nonetheless. And the Huskers find the hatch here in the fifth. And Gavin Blackowitz has finished his night, allowing just 1 run in 4 2/3. No runs, no hits, no errors. A walk and 1 left. We're through 5. Huskers 4, Lopes 1. This is Big Red Baseball.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNBO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
To be a part of Nebraska medicine.
Hi, welcome.
Is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience.
You know what? I agree.
The life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
GCU going back to the bullpen. They're going to get sophomore right-hander, Billy Gregory. Gregory from nearby Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. Athletic power here in the area. He made 16 appearances last year for GCU, all in relief, the most of any freshman on the team. Pitched to a 2.29 ERA. And pretty impressive body of work. And he'll be a key cog to this GCU pitching staff moving forward. He allowed 45 hits, 30 runs, 28 earned. Walked 14, struck out 29, so over a strikeout an inning. Opposition did hit a healthy 366 off of him. And so the Huskers will get Billy Gregory here in the top of the 6th, leading 4-1. And back in for us, the former Outland Trophy winner, Nick Hanley.
Touche. Uh-huh. Could have been if I would have just stuck with it.
Could have just stuck with it. You do not have the guard body type.
No, I went a different direction. It'll be 8-9-1 here for the Big Red. We're at the top of the 6th. A 3-run lead. Devin Nunez get his first look here at Gregory. First pitch in there for strike 1. Good to see Nunez get off the Schneid with the single back in the 4th. He came around and scored as well. And that 3-run inning back in the 4th inning. Nebraska getting 1 with a solo shot in the 3rd. There's a swing and a miss on the off speed. 0-2 here to Devin Nunez. We saw Nunez, his power and just real quick adjustments early in the season. Hit a bit of a lull like a lot of freshmen will. 0-2, swing and a miss. First out recorded here in the top of the 6th. But he goes into a little bit of a lull, but just in time as Nebraska started cooking there towards the end of the year and some of those really important Big Ten Conference series. Looked at a lot of those hitters. Overbeek was one of them, but Devin Nunez was also one of those bats that came through in some big moments for Nebraska. Here's Will Jeske, a 2-hit night for Ski, including a solo home run in the 3rd. Slider misses away on Jeske here in his 3rd at-bat of the evening. Jeske 2 for 2. He's now 4 of 7 on the season. Pops this one foul off to our right out of play. 1-1. Will Jeske, one of those types of players, even if you're going to give him a night off defensively, you can go to him in a pinch hitting role, in a DH role, as he lays off that slider lone outside. 2-1. But he's quickly collected several college at-bats where he's seen a lot. Had a big series against Oregon State last year in Lincoln. That one's off the plate. Now 3-1 here on Jeske. Will Jeske, one of those upperclassmen, talked about just that overall personality. 3-1 pitch off the plate. 1-out walk. Given up by Gregory, Nebraska, with a man on here in the top of the 6th. So Jeske has now reached successfully in 3 at-bats. That'll take us back to the top of the Big Red order. Mike and Miller. Miller, who got his first Husker hit back in the 4th inning on a real well-executed hit and run. Jeske leads away from first. First offering, shot the other way, foul, out of play. On the left side. So Mike and Miller. You'll hear his name. It will be rotating in with Jeter Worthley behind the dish. But like Worthley, a real solid all-around athlete. Quick throw back to first. Jeske just gets under the tag. Like what Mike and Miller has shown out of Otsego, Minnesota. He was a Johnson County Community College transfer. Nebraska's had guys from that area, especially that JC, in years past. This one flared out, foul again off to our left. Over the press box. 0-2 here on Mike and Miller. Huskers had the veteran presence of a Hogan Haligzo last year. A real solid defensive catcher. Quick throw back over. Jeske under it. And then Will Jeske was essentially the backup catcher for Nebraska. Jeske now making the permanent move out to left field. But the Huskers with Worthley and Mike and Miller feel like they got a good core and rotation there at the catching position. 0-2 pitch. This one is popped up into center field. Nielsen waiting for it, moving back a couple of steps, and will make the catch for the second out as Will Jeske heads back to first. So 2 out, 1 on here in the top of the 6th. Nebraska with a 3-run lead on GCU. So we get to the latter part of this game. See if Jet Buck can extend the inning. Buck with a sacrifice fly, driving in a run back in the 4th. Also singled in the 1st. Quick throw back over to first again. A lot of attention being paid to Will Jeske. Here from Gregory. Billy Gregory, Ben told you where he was prepping at. There's another throw over to first, and Jeske kind of shaking his head a little bit, stretching out. Gregory was named the 4A region's top pitcher as a senior in 2024. Went 5-1 with a 1.80 earned run average. Struck out 54 batters in 35 innings. Not too shabby. This one's off the plate. On the first offering to Jet Buck, 1-0. When you think about the options in this state, when you think of baseball in Arizona, of course, ASU has had their runs. Arizona has been really good. And solid programs. This one misses low, 2-0. GCU has quietly built a very solid roster in their years of Division I existence. And getting some of those transfers. Play good baseball in a competitive conference. 2-0 pitch. That one is up. Oh, going to give him the call there. Looked a little elevated. Lead call there. 2-1 here on Jet Buck. But a lot of new faces for this GCU team. 2-1 pitch. Got a piece of that one back to the screen. That'll even it up at 2-2. But also, the one thing that Greg Wallace, now in his 4th year as head coach, is having to do, and he's kind of figuring things out this week, and they replaced a lot of their offense from a year ago. Quick throw back over to first. Jeske under the tag. Really, the only guy that comes back with a heavy amount of at-bats was Cannon Peary. Everyone else either transfers or had a lesser role last year. There's a swing and a miss. Going to have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout And that will retire the side. Huskers leave one stranded, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Score remains Nebraska 4, GCU 1 on the Huskers Radio Network.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Nebraska Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Nebraska Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You know that dollar bill you have stuffed in your pocket? Give it a little respect. It can buy you a Lotto America ticket from the Nebraska Lottery and maybe win you millions. Play today. Lotto America. Top prize odds, 1 in 26 million. Huskers scoreless the last couple of innings, so the game still holds 4-1. We'll see what Chase Olson has for us here in the bottom of the 6th.
Chase Olson going to go through the heart of the order for the Lopes. So we will get even stronger sense of his mound presence. Nebraska, one of few teams that are playing in the MLB Desert Invite, that are playing that extended weekend or playing that 4th game. Nebraska will play Stanford tomorrow. And then a quick turnaround to Globe Life next week for some more top 25 baseball competition. Here's Chacon, who leads it off, looks at a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Dominic Chacon, the DH. Some hard-hit baseballs tonight. 1 for 2, but also lined into a double play. There's a breaking ball. Just lays off that one on the outer half. 1 ball, 1 strike on Chacon. Olson working pretty quickly here. And he pops the mid on that fastball. 1-2. Like the pace. Good body language being shown by Olson. And you like to see working ahead of hitters here so far. Here's the 1-2. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive. Ran in on the hands of Chacon. What do they say now? This is to say he's out.
They're saying he is out.
And Coach Wallace wants an explanation here, as Chacon thought he got a piece of that one. And I'm not sure what the official ruling is here. We have an out.
Maybe they said it hit him in the hand and he swung at the pitch. That's all I got.
That's got to be what it is. There wasn't a lot of, he didn't make a lot of motion at it, but yep, they're going to, after the conversation, Angel Campos with Greg Wallace confirms that he's out. That has to be it, Ben. He just didn't look like he made much motion to swing at it. Good pitch by Olson, who ran it in on the hands there.
Interesting.
But we'll take it. That's a strikeout. And the first one for Chase Olson. Wasn't more of the traditional one, but again, getting that first out here as we get in the later parts of this game. Here's Cannon Peary, dangerous hitter. The first baseman for GCU takes a monster hack at that one. Comes up empty on the breaking ball, 0-1. Peary's reached base twice. He was hit by a pitch in the second and walked in the fourth. Entered the game 2 for 7. Had a home run, 3 RBI. Just missed downstairs with the fastball. But as we get into that 4th game tomorrow, Nebraska still, at least at this point, feels pretty good about their pitch and inventory. Swing and a miss from Cannon Peary, who's not getting cheated on his hacks right now. He is trying to get it all from Chase Olson. And again, 1 ball, 2 strikes. here on the cleanup hitter for the Lopes. Kicks and fires. Good spot. Called strike 3 on the outside corner by Chase Olson. How about that? Olson coming in and just firing bullets right now. Able to get back-to-back strikeouts. And that'll bring up Tanner Johns here with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Johns 0 for 1, had a sacrifice RBI flyout back in the 4th, driving the only run for the Lopes. There's a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Chase Olson seemingly just in a rhythm right now. Just getting the ball and going. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Tails away the breaking ball from Tanner Johns. 0-2. Olson brings the glove up near the face. Now kicks and fires 0-2, way outside. 1-2. Tanner Johns entering tonight 1 for 2 with a run driven in. Now has 2 RBI in the season after driving in the Lopes' only run tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Olson delivers. Misses away, 2-2. Well, you go back to that 4th inning. If Nebraska can steer out of this, that will be one to remember of what Gavin Blachowicz did. 2-2 pitch. That one shot into left field for a base hit. Good 2-strike hitting. And rounding first aggressively is Johns. He'll hold up there as Jeske gets it in. So the inning's still alive here for the Lopes in the bottom of the 6th with a 2-out sharply hit single from Tanner Johns. But Chase Olson getting the ball, challenging hitters. Like the pace being shown by the redshirt freshman.
Will Bolt talks all the time about mound presence.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, he sure has that.
Yeah. Here's Troy Sanders, second baseman, 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch just misses inside with the breaking ball. And it's really been an even mix between his off-speed and his fastball. Hasn't seemed to lean one way or the other. Now working from the stretch. Checks Johns at first, the 1-0. Breaking ball, low and outside, 2-0. Now you got to button it up a little bit here. Sanders entering the game, a .250 hitter. He's driven in a couple of runs. Wearing the collar tonight. Here's the 2-0. Fastball down the middle. The Chase Olson. Boy, that'd be a big lift if you can get some quality innings chewed up here by the lefty. The 2-1 offering. Ground ball over to short. Dylan Carey can't come up with it. Going from first to third is Johns. The throw will be cut off. So now Lopes with runners at the corners after a C&I single from Troy Sanders. Good effort there by Dylan Carey, just unable to get that full extension into the glove. So GCU again with some traffic here after back-to-back 2-out singles. Getting further down the lineup now, the 7-hole hitter. Here's Max Charles. Charles 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Olson now having to work through a little adversity here. There's a breaking ball that's fouled down the third base line. That was close. Single off of Troy Sanders wasn't hit all that hard. Just had a lot of life on it and hit it in the right spot. So another big moment here, much like the 4th inning where Nebraska trying to keep the game where it is here at 4-1. Swing and a miss. Good use of the curveball there on the outer half. Now 0-2. Here on Max Charles, runners at the corners. Johns from third, Sanders from first. Olson looks in for the sign. Set at the belt. The 0-2. High outside, 1-2. Fastball's been consistently right around 89 to 90. See if he can locate that breaking ball here. 1-2. Husker fans bringing him on. Swing and a miss. Mike and Miller going to have to throw down to first to complete it. He does so. And how about that? Chase Olson with 3 strikeouts to retire the side and leave 2 important GCU runners stranded in the bottom of the 6th. We've played 6 here at Sloan Park. It's Nebraska 4, GCU 1. This is Big Red Baseball.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet, too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
One of every 3 fatal crashes in Nebraska involves an alcohol-impaired driver. If you drink, don't drive. Impaired driving is deceptively dangerous from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Big job from Chase Olson getting that last strikeout, keeping GCU off the board there. Nebraska holding their 3-run advantage.
Now, Ben, you look at innings 4 and 6 so far for Nebraska pitching. Gavin Blachowicz limiting a bases-loaded, nobody-out situation, just 1 GCU run. And then with runners at the corners, and GCU desperate to try to get something across the plate. Chase Olson able to do the job. So right now, as it stands, Husker pitching has been very effective. And now it'll be the heart of the Husker order, 3-4-5, with Case Anderson leading off. First pitch is away. Case tonight, 1 for 2. Infield single back in the 3rd. Gives him his 6th hit of the season. 6 for 9 on the year. Takes a hack and misses 1-1. Pretty decent stuff we're seeing from Billy Gregory. Good slider, good fastball. Big righty here for the Lopes. Again, there's that slider. Catches the outside corner. Spotted well, 1-2. Sanderson back in that left-handed batter's box. Going to have to fight here. Breaking ball. Misses away. 2-2.
And he's working in a pretty gnarly changeup that giving the Husker lefties some fits. You can see it running away from them. 3 pitches to contend with.
2-2 offering. Swing and a miss. With the fastball by Case Sanderson for the first out here in the top of the 7th. Here's Joshua Overbeek. Beek also with a hit tonight. He's 1 for 2. Was hit by a pitch back in the 1st. Overbeek with 5 hits on the year so far. 3 doubles. The Husker third baseman as well. First pitch from Gregory shows a bunt, puts it down foul. Just give you a little extra attention there if you're Bianchina over third base. Yeah, we haven't seen it quite take off yet, but we've seen a couple of well-executed hit and runs, but you can tell Nebraska's still looking to ignite that part of their offense too. Just need some traffic. This one popped foul off to the left, out of play. We saw it perfectly executed with Mike and Miller back in the 4th inning when he was able to successfully get Will Jeske from first to third. It's something that these Will Bolt teams love to get that activity on the base path and really put that pressure on the defense, kind of like what we saw with Northeastern, but not necessarily straight steals. 0-2 misses inside. 1-2 now here on Overbeek. You got guys that handle the bat very well. We're going to talk a lot about hoping to see the power numbers on the uptick this year, but also the ability to come through, whether it's small ball or the situational hitting. There's a swing and a miss. Just fooled Overbeek with that slider. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Billy Gregory.
Quietly 3 straight strikeouts. And there's not a secret. Gregory's had the best stuff of the night for GCU. He's got the Huskers handcuffed right now.
Oh, and you're right, too. You've seen all 3 pitches effective for Billy Gregory between the slider, the fastball, and the changeup. So here's Dylan Carey. Carey looking to get going tonight. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. First pitch was low in the dirt, 1-0. Dylan entered tonight 5 of 10 with a triple, a home run, and 5 driven in. 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0. Dylan Carey, very similar to what we say about Joshua Overbeek. You expect big things offensively, but such a good shortstop. That ball ripped into left center field, and there's Dylan Carey's first hit of the night. It gives the Huskers some life here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. It's taking out a little frustration there on the evening by DC. Got that pitch, that fastball elevated in the zone, and those little things, that power count there, that 2-0 count, having that leverage in the batter's box. Dylan Carey taking advantage. So here's Max Butenbach. Max 0 for 2 tonight. Looks at a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Was hit by a pitch in the 4th, scored. Had 2 hits last night. It's really shown some prowess on the base path, too. Some heads-up base running now in both nights. Quick throw back to first. Carey just gets underneath the tag from Puri.
Got a right-hander working for GCU, Tommy McGuire. I don't know that that's the worst thing in the world. Get somebody else up and going.
Even though Carey had a sharply hit single, Billy Gregory's been pretty solid. There's a little tapper down the third baseline. If this stays fair, this is going to be trouble, and they will watch it stay fair. Nothing Bianchina could do about that one, as he was hoping that it would fall off the base cutout. It does not. That's just a well-placed little cue shot there. And Nebraska will take it. Butenbach, his first hit. Not a thunderous one, but a hit nonetheless.
And a well-manicured grass to keep that thing in play. Very appropriate length. And now meeting on the mound. I don't think they're making a change yet. This is just Nathan Bannister coming out, probably just settling down Gregory, who, honestly, they made a pretty good pitch there to Butenbach.
Well, and talk about guys that are due. Dylan Carey got his first hit of the night. The only Husker now without a hit is this guy, Cole Kitchens, who's had plenty of them in the first 2 games. So what better time than the present?
Will Bolt going to spend an offensive timeout here to talk to Cole. And reminder, he's flown out to right 3 times tonight. He's gone to the right fielder all 3 plate appearances.
Kitchens with the debut on Friday night couldn't have asked for much more what he did, including that big 3 RBI double in the first to get Nebraska's offense ignited. 3-hit performance there. Had a couple of hits last night. Entered the game 5 for 9. Now 5 for 12. Runners at first and second with 2 away. First pitch, just missed him. Kitchens with 4 ribbies on the season. Chance to add to that. Dylan Carey leading away from second. Butenbach from first. The 1-0. That gets away momentarily, but good heads up by Dylan Carey. A great pick by Jaime Perez. That looked like that was going to advance runners 90 feet. I don't know how he backhanded that one. Sometimes there's a little bit of just wishful thinking. But Jaime Perez with a huge defensive play there. It's 2-0. But Dylan Carey still at second, Butin back at first. Gregory winds and deals. This one fouled down the third baseline, 2-1. Cole Kitchens, welcome addition to this lineup. Arkansas product out of Southern Indiana, made his way over to Nebraska in the transfer portal. 2-1 pitch. That one's fouled over to the GCU dugout. That'll even it up at 2 apiece. Big pitch coming here. Butenbach leads away from first. Carey from second. Nebraska trying to get extension on that 3-run lead here. Gregory, long look over at Carey. Here's the 2-2. Gets tied up but fights one off again into the Lopes dugout. And boy, that slider had a lot of movement on it. Came in on the hands, and somehow Kitchen's able to fight it off. We'll do it again at 2-2 with 2 outs. Here at the top of the 7th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. A lot of emotion being shown there by Gregory. Don't blame him. Got a very big hitter to strike out to end the threat for Nebraska. So no runs off, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 big runners left on base. Stretch time here at Sloan Park. Nebraska 4, GCU 1 on the Huskers Radio Network.
To be a part of Nebraska medicine
Hi, welcome.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience,
You know what? I agree.
the life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebrascamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, I think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
Huskers going to the bullpen here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They're going to go get Jay-Sean Unger, the sophomore from Blair. He only made 1 appearance last year as a freshman. Recorded a strikeout in 2/3 against the Mavericks of Omaha. And now enters here in a 4-1 contest. Nebraska in front in the bottom of the 7th. And in center field for Nebraska now in the late innings, as we've seen the past couple of days, is Mac Moyer. So Nunez night is over, and our first look at the physical-looking Jay-Sean Unger.
Yeah, we were impressed with Jay-Sean last year physically. And if it was possible, he looks somehow stronger. But Jay-Sean has really put a lot of work into his craft. Fastball running around 92 to 95 now. Add a lot of depth on the curveball. Just overall stuff on the uptick for Jay-Sean Unger. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for GCU. Looks like that'll be Cade Huff. Cade Huff will be the batter. So Huff will bat for 8-hole hitter Camden Bates. Jay-Sean Unger will face the left-handed hitter. Huff will get his first at-bat of the season. First pitch from Jay-Sean Unger. Fastball low inside. Jay-Sean Unger was obviously highly recruited early in his high school career. This one hits him. Or is Angel Campos calling him back? Well, we're going to have... Well, they're going to say it did not hit him. Kate Huff was trying to sell it. Angel Campos said, nope, you're staying right here. So it's 2-0 here on Huff. There'll be no discussion with the umpiring crew on that one. So Huff back in there in the batter's box. Up in the count, though, 2-0. There's the pitch. There's a chopper down the first base side foul. 2-1 here on Huff. Going back to Jay-Sean Unger. He was the number 1 right-handed pitcher and number 4 overall prospect in the state of Nebraska by Prep Baseball Report. His senior year in high school. There's a ground ball hit right off Jay-Sean Shunger. Recovers somehow, flips over to first, and makes a great play. Jay-Sean Shunger. Wow. Just wore that off the quad, and Unger able to collect himself, not panic. Picks it and flips it over to first.
Yeah, it's a good thing he's got tree trunks as legs, because I don't even think he felt that. And got a fortuitous bounce, popped right in his glove, and then underhanded it to first. We got another pinch hitter for GCU, Marcus Galvin, going to pinch hit.
So Galvin, the second straight pinch hitter here this inning. He will hit for Nielsen as he flares one foul off to the left out of play over the concourse. Boy, that'll welcome you right into the appearance if you're Jay-Sean Unger. So many times you see pitchers just sort of panic or at least have that surprise. There's a breaking ball. There's the depth of that curveball. Missed outside, but we were hearing about that. A lot more of that 12-6 action with a curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Galvin. This one's fouled off to the right over by the Husker dugout. Now 1-2.
His fastball's sitting 93, too.
And we lost power. At least the lights in here, but
hope we didn't lose power.
I don't think we lost power, but the lights, well, there we go. Thanks, Jared. Somebody turned the lights off in here. 1-2 pitch, low in the dirt. You know, I get a little jumpy after we didn't have power in the season opener a year ago.
Yeah, that was
interesting.
Quite the start to the year.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody on here for GCU. The pitch from Unger. Just missed out. That'll run it full on Galvin. Also getting his first at bat here of the GCU season. Unger kicks and fires. This one's popped up into left field. Jeske moving to his left over by the warning track. Makes the catch, backing up for the second out. That'll bring us back to the top of the order with Bianchina. Vince Bianchina 0 for 2 tonight. Reached back in the 5th when he was walked. He's got 1 hit here in the season. Mentioned Northwestern transfer. Remember him from a year ago. Nebraska welcomed the Wildcats in a 3-game series at Haymarket Park. First offering from Unger is in there for strike 1, 94 with the fastball. Unger will go at it again. The 0-1 breaking ball just missed away. Hasn't gotten that one over for a strike yet, but that was the one thing we heard more than anything about Unger's uptick in overall stuff was that curveball gaining a lot of depth from a year ago. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. That time he was able to bury it. Change-up action. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Bianchina. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. Nebraska leading 4-1. Unger kicks and fires. Lost the bat, swings and misses. And Jay-Sean Unger, quite the inning. Wears one off the leg, recovers, gets the first out, and records a strikeout, getting Bianchina to toss his bat on the swing. 3 up, 3 down for the Lopes in the bottom of the 7th. We played 7 here at Sloan Park. It's Nebraska 4, GCU 1. This is Big Red Baseball.
Call SOS, a trustworthy company since 1950. Their technicians don't earn commission. This equals fair treatment to their customers. SOS is a family-owned third-generation company, and now to celebrate the 75th year in business for a limited time, get a New York AC or furnace for $75 per month. Get you and your loved ones comfortable again with SOS.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
Call 402-391-2336.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
Defensive changes for GCU as we make it to the 8th inning. Nebraska leading 4-1. New pitcher for the Lopes will be Tommy McGuire, 6'5", righty from Cypress College, a transfer for GCU. He will take the rubber. And also defensive changes in the outfield. Beaver will move to right field. Austin Owens now in left. Austin Owens at shortstop in for Bates. So defensive changes there for the Lopes. And again, Nebraska with a 4-1 lead as we've reached the 8th. And here to take us home once again, here is Ben McLaughlin.
All right, thank you, Nick. Gregory out of the game, and I think that's a welcome sight to the Huskers. The number of note right now is 12. That's the number of times Nebraska's struck out tonight. 12 strikeouts for the offense. But they do have 9 hits and lead the game 4-1. And our first look at Tommy McGuire, another big kid. 6'5", 240. And we're going to get our first look offensively at Mac Moyer. Entered the game as a defensive replacement. Moyer had a base hit in the game last night after being inserted into center. First look at McGuire, left-handed hitting Moyer. Here's the pitch. Low with a fastball at 91, 1-0. Moyer came in last half inning in the bottom of the 7th. McGuire works from the stretch. A 1-0. A little bit low, 2-0. Huskers have not scored since that 3-run fourth. It's been 3 consecutive scoreless innings. They threatened with 2 outs in the last inning, but nothing doing. The 2-0. Low, 3-0. Nebraska would gladly accept and lead-off walk if McGuire wants to oblige. The 3-0 pitch. Moyer squares to bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. So now 3-1. Husker center fielder. The pitch. In the dirt, ball 4. So Huskers do get a leadoff walk. And for the third time tonight, the Huskers get their leadoff man aboard. Here's Jeske. Boy, what a night Will has had. 2 for 2. Home run, a single, 2 RBIs, and a walk. Scored twice. McGuire comes set. Here's the pitch. That one on the outside corner, called a strike, 0-1. Jeske's homer was a no-doubt shot over the left field bullpen. That was the game's first run in the 3rd inning. Jeske's 4th career Husker homer. Pick over to first, chases Moyer back. It was a bit offline. Peary able to glove it. Moyer runs well. Now the catcher, Perez, going to come talk with Tommy McGuire. (4-1) Huskers. They have out-hit Grand Canyon tonight, 9-4. Jeske takes a deep breath now, stands back in the right side of the batter's box. His uniform's nice and dirty tonight. The 0-1. Missed off the plate. Ball and a strike. Huskers in those new black tops. Boy, they look sharp. Red numerals outlined in white. Ball and a strike on Jeske. The pitch in the dirt. Another good block by Perez. He's been solid back behind the plate tonight for GCU.
Yeah, that pick he had in the previous inning was exceptional. You're right. He's been active all night long.
Wire comes set. Another pick to first. Moyer leaning a bit. Another inaccurate throw. Not handled by Peary, but it just drops harmlessly at his shoe tops. Jeske back in. McGuire collects. Another pick to first. Moyer scrambles back to the bag. Huskers executed a hit and run earlier in the game. That was Mike and Miller that came through with the bouncing ball base hit. He stands on deck. McGuire holds. There goes the runner. Hit and run on again. Deep in the hole. Short. Diving backhand. The shortstop with a long throw to first is not in time. Jeske beats it for his third hit. Owens just into the game makes a terrific backhanded diving grab on a well-hit ball from Jeske, but the Huskers have 2 on and nobody out here in the 8th and are now cooking with some hot oil here at the top of the order.
And he said something on Owens. That was impressive to not actually have the result you're looking for when you lay out. That's full extension on really a difficult hop that came off the bat of Will Jeske. It was hit hard, but once it got the dirt, I mean, it pounded it. And somehow he came away with that in his glove and not getting to the outfield. That was impressive.
See if Miller's asked to bunt here with first and second and nobody out. He squares around, bunts at third base side. Good bunt if it stays fair, and it trickles foul. Picked up by the catcher about 8 inches away in foul territory. Tries to flick it away and throws the ball right into the leg of his third baseman. Friendly fire there. All right, so there's your one freebie to try to get a hit. Now your job is to get it down.
That base cutout at least has been Nebraska's friend in one occasion on that third base line.
So 0-1 on Mike and Miller. 1 for 4 tonight. See if he's giving himself up again. Back pick coming to second and throws balls into center field. It's an errant throw. Both runners are going to move up. McGuire hasn't exactly been pinpoint accurate with his throws, with 2 of them to first, and that one just sailed. Owens, the shortstop, isn't going to start at power forward for any D1 basketball program. He's listed at 5'11". That is generous. And he sailed the throw to center. Now the GCU infield drawn in. Second and third, nobody out. McGuire's pitch. Miller swings and fouls one in the netting. And it's 0-2 on the Husker catcher. 4-1 Huskers trying to add to it here in the top of the 8th inning. That's the game's first error. Hopefully the Huskers can make that one hurt. 0-2 on Mike and Miller. McGuire comes set, and the pitch. That's lifted into the air, foul territory left side near third, and it's caught by the third baseman right near the third base coaching box. Just a little parachute floater. Tough AB there for Miller, and now Jet Buck's turn.
Second baseman number 1, Jet
I think right now, Ben, you look at the guys due up here with Jet Buck and Case Anderson. you got that lead. You don't want to press at the plate. You just have to have that mentality. This is a fun time to hit, especially with the infield drawn in.
Buck stands in there with the infield in and the pitch. Slider just misses high, ball one. Buck tonight is 1 for 3. McGuire comes set. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball and a strike on the Huskers' second baseman. Right on right matchup for Jet. McGuire holds. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider down. It's 1-2.
Got to put something in play here. I get it. You've got to draw an infield, but you got to force the issue here.
Stay in the zone. McGuire holds. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Laid off of it. Good block again from Perez. Count levels at 2-2. No, he's trying to get you to chase out of the zone. McGuire has the sign, comes set. Both Husker runners get their leads. The 2-2. Slider bounced on the ground, off the glove of the shortstop, trickles into shallow left. This is going to score 2, and Jet Buck comes through with a 2-run single. And Nebraska's lead grows to 6-1. Good piece of two-strike hitting. And Jet Buck comes through. His night is over. Rhett Stokes going to come in and pinch run and play defense.
Well, and Ben, nothing flashy about that. Exactly what you have to do with the infield that's drawn in 2 strikes. Just get something on the ground. Try to get it through any of that area right there. And just, you have to make contact. You've got to get something on the ground. It's exactly what Jet Buck did, and you see the reward.
Now Sandy stands in there. McGuire's pitch. That's lifted into the gap in left center field. Nobody's home. It's a gap shot, and it's going to bounce over the wall. Unlucky break there for Sandy. That would have undoubtedly scored Stokes. But as it is, it's a stand-up double for Sanderson, and the Huskers have second and third and still only 1 out. And Tommy McGuire's night comes to an abrupt end as Coach Wallace out of the dugout to go get some help for the Lopes here in the top of inning number 8. So we're going to have another pitching change and another Nebraska farm fact. Farmers and ranchers raise livestock and poultry and soybeans to provide nutritious, affordable protein for everyone. We'll give you the numbers of the new GCU pitcher after this break on the Huskers Radio Network.
Want to boost Nebraska's economy and help the planet? It's as easy as filling up your tank. Switch to soy-based biodiesel to cut greenhouse gases by up to 74% and support biodiesel growth.
I'm Greg Anderson, a farmer near Newman Grove, Nebraska, and biodiesel has transformed our farm. It cuts emissions, raises the cetane number, and improves fuel lubricity.
So ask for biodiesel where you fill up. It benefits our air, economy, and Nebraska soybean farmers. Nebraska soybeans, feeding, fueling, and innovating for the future.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
New pitcher for GCU. Here in the 8th inning will be Cam Cunnings. He's a 6'1" senior righty out of Fresno, California. Transferred in from Fresno City College, but was with the team. He's also been with the Kansas baseball program, but as a junior at GCU a year ago, made 18 appearances, tied for second on the club, had 3 wins, compiled 11 scoreless relief appearances. Went 1 2/3 scoreless in a win against Rutgers on some of the highlights there from Cam Cunnings, who will come in to try to put out the fire. Nebraska putting another crooked number and extending that lead here in the 8th.
Well, the Huskers offense just keeps coming at you. 6 runs on 12 hits now, and still 2 runners in scoring position for your 4 and 5 hitters. Tough night for McGuire. He only lasts a third and allows 3 hits, 2 runs to this point. A walk, no strikeouts on 18 pitches, and he's responsible for both Stokes and Sandy. And Joshua Overbeek coming to the plate.
Well, Ben, going back to Case, he knew exactly what he was looking for. This is where you want to see this part of the order smelling blood in the water. Case Anderson goes right after a fastball and just drills it into the left center gap. That's that type of mentality that you know Coach Bolt loves about this group.
Cunnings pitching with the infield again drawn in with 2 in scoring position. The first pitch to Overbeek. That one slashed through the left side. Stokes is going to score. Green light around third. Sanderson. The throw home is cut off. And it's another 2-run single. The Huskers dumping it on GCU here in the 8th. 8-1, Big Red. 2 more RBIs for Joshua Overbeek. He's had multi-RBI efforts in all 3 games here this season.
And again, there's another example, just like Case Sanderson, wasting no time, knowing what you're looking for. You get it early, you go right after it. Attack it with the barrel, and that's exactly what Overbeek does there.
Now Dylan Carey's turn. 1 out of 4. Cunnings brings it home. Carey launches one down the left field line. That one's trouble. No one's getting that one. It's going to roll a while. Overbeek to third. Getting the windmill around third. He's going to score. Dylan Carey an RBI double. And the hit parade is coming in waves here to Arizona, and the Huskers lead it 9-1. The board has been dented. 5 spots so far here in the 8th, and the Huskers merry-go-round is still spinning.
And it's the heart of the order again. These are guys that have seen so much college pitching. They understand that this game was teetering. All they had to do is just deliver the knockout blow. They've done that.
Butenbach stands in, swings at the first pitch, and fouls it off to the left and out of play. And the Huskers are smelling blood in the water in the batter's box. Butenbach, a big cut there. The Huskers with 4 straight hits. Cunnings to the belt, the 0-1. Another one slashed out of play off to the left. And Butenbach down 0-2.
This is where I go back to that approach of the fun time to hit. You see the infield drawn in those moments, and as opposed to getting timid or trying to do too much, you trust what you can do in the batter's box. And then you see the situation where it starts to open up, and guys are just getting their hacks in.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Butenbach swings and misses on an elevated fastball. It's the second out of the inning. Kitchens becomes the 9th man to hit in the inning, with Carey still out at second base. Close the book on McGuire. He allows 4 runs in just the third of an inning. Cunnings set. Here's the pitch. That's a late strike call, but a 0-1 count on Kitchens. And he's 0 for 4 tonight. Cunnings comes set, the pitch. Kitchens hits one off the end of the bat, backing out of play. Now he's down 0-2.
And he just got out of that front side, and you could tell his eyes were probably lighting up when he saw that. That hung a little bit. Just got him enough on that front edge.
Gonna have to fight here with 2 strikes. Pitch is on its way. Just missed low and outside. Cunnings was the celebration and a move toward the third base dugout, thinking he had Kitchens struck out. Let's call the ball, and it's 1-2. Here's the next one. Chewed him up and fouled it off the knee. It's going to roll all the way out to Coach Sirianni. That one hurt.
Yeah, just walked that one off there, big fella.
He got him right on the knee. (9-1) Nebraska. making a statement here tonight. This is what this offense can do to you. At any time, they can just get rolling. Double-digit hits now in all 3 games. The 1-2. Waved and missed on a pitch down into the dirt. And Angel Campos going to call Kitchens out without having to make the throw. And that's going to end the inning. But Nebraska scores 5 runs on 5 hits. There was an error and 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning with Nebraska in control 9-1 on the Huskers Radio Network.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
When First Dakota National Bank created Dakota Mac in 1993, we knew we could offer ag producers something few other banks dared to: long-term fixed-rate loans for ag real estate refinances and purchases. Today, we go by Landera, and we provide the same great service and even more banking options to help your operation thrive for generations to come. Banking evolves. Trust endures. Landera, a division of First Dakota National Bank.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Rhett Stokes will stay in the game over at second. In for Jet Buck as we go into the bottom of the 8th. Nebraska 9, GCU 1.
Big-time inning from the Cornhusker offense. Just played 5 runs on 5 hits, a couple of 2-run singles. A Case Sanderson ground rule double. It all starts with the bottom of that order again here tonight. Moyer drawing the leadoff walk. Jeske making something happen. And let the middle of that order go to work. Unger back out for the Huskers. And Perez will lead off for GCU. Unger's first pitch of the inning. Needles the outside corner at 92 for a strike. Jay Sean ready to work, and here's the pitch. Down and away for a ball. Only task here is fill up the strike zone. A 1-1 pitch. Just a touch low. 2-1. Didn't miss by much. Fastball at 94. Perez tonight is 1 for 2. He's reached base twice. 2-1 pitch. Fouled straight back to the screen. Starting to get some early pages of the Jay-Sean Unger story written at Nebraska. And if the trajectory continues that it's on, it's going to make for a pretty good one, I think, considering the first year he had. The 2-2 pitch, just a touch low, good spot. Of course, he had the arm injury his last year in high school. Took him a while to get rehabbed and come back here at Nebraska. Obviously, pretty disappointing first year. The 3-2 pitch. Low ball 4. And remember, entered the transfer portal at the end of last year and kind of had a decision to make where he wanted to go with his career. Had a good summer. Came back to Nebraska, and really ever since then, he's been the guy that Nebraska hoped he'd be. Pitching here at the bottom of the 8th with a 9-1 lead. After the leadoff walk. First pitch to Chacon in there for a strike. Chacon tonight is 1 out of 3. Unger comes set. The pitch. in the dirt. Got a piece of the umpire. No advance from the base runner. So a 1-1 count on Dominic Chacon. You have the stiffest test of the weekend tomorrow to finish the road trip. The Stanford Cardinal. The pitch from Unger. That one's low, 2-1. Missing consistently low is Unger at the moment. Jay goes from the stretch. The pitch. Flared out of play off to the left. And the count now at 2-2.
I think it's the exciting prospect for Rob Childers with one of the strongest kids on the team right here with Jay Sean. You look at him and there's so much body to work with, and just turning him into a college pitcher, what he could potentially do in this uniform, I think has everyone excited.
Here's the 2-2. That's hit well into center field. Moyer backing up there in front of the track to make the catch. Unger gets the first out of the bottom of the 8th. And this is such an important time of the year for guys like Chase Olson, Jay-Sean Unger, guys that haven't necessarily proven they can do it yet, but to start earning the trust of the coaching staff for midweek games and building that depth, it's crucial if you're trying to get to where you want to go with postseason aspirations. Peary's wings at the first one and fouls it back and out of play, 0-1.
And you'd like to think for a guy like Jay-Sean Unger, even Chase Olson, some of the guys that we've seen past couple nights, they start logging these innings and having these quality appearances. That confidence comes. You figure out how to pitch college baseball.
The 0-1, down and away, ball and a strike.
And whether you're doing so in maybe not the highest leverage situations compared to more high leverage situations, you want to be able to have that confidence from this coaching staff.
And the 1-1. Curve misses out, 2-1. And the confidence in yourself. If you don't have the belief factor out there, you've got no chance. So whether it's a 9-1 game in the first weekend or a 5-4 game in June, you better believe you can go out there and compete. The 2-1. Just missed. I don't have any idea where that missed. 3-1. And I don't think Jay-Sean Unger is the type of kid to shy away from competition.
No. It's being able to thread that needle of being overly competitive to harnessing that to be that even keel competitor.
The 3-1, that's skied into the air to right field. Should be routine for Butenbach. Comes in a few steps to his left, puts it down for out number 2. It's at bats like that right there, Nick, where you're behind in the count 3-1. You don't get a call. You have to come over with a strike, and you're still able to get an out because your stuff's good enough.
And we've now seen examples of that just in tonight's game alone, where you go back to what Gavin Blackowitz had in the 4th inning, an inning that could have been a huge one, and limiting the damage to just 1 run there. Chase Olson in the 6th, and then here with Jay-Sean.
Tanner John's the last hope of the inning for GCU. Cuts and misses at a nice-looking changeup. 0-1. To this point, the Husker pitching staff has allowed just 4 GCU hits. The 0-1 bounced in front of the plate. Again, got a piece of the umpire. Base runner will take second base on the wild pitch.
Well, and you got to remember, this is a team that unloaded on Northeastern Friday night. So, I mean, this is a GCU team. I mentioned they're replacing a lot of their offense, but they were able to really attack a solid Northeastern team on Friday.
The 1-1. Low, I'll say. That was pretty good. That was 92 right at the knees. 2-1 on Tanner Johns. The pitch. Chopped off the front foot of the hitter, and it rolls out in front of home plate. Count square at 2-2.
I don't know how much run it will get, but the first ball that was put into play in Jay Sean's appearance, that goes off that. As you pointed out, I think very accurately, the tree trunks he has for legs. But his composure.
Yeah.
Just wearing that, picking it up, flipping it over to first like it was no big deal.
Unger's 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A little fire out of 37. His first extended action as a Husker, and he's been up to the task here tonight in Mesa. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk and one left. After 8 complete, Nebraska 9, Grand Canyon 1. This is Big Red Baseball.
It's baseball season in Nebraska, and whether you're headed to the ballpark or watching from your couch, you deserve a home that feels like a win. John Henry's keeps you comfortable with expert heating and cooling, plus trusted plumbing and electrical service. From tune-ups to full replacements, we make it easy, fast, and done right the first time. Proud to be an official partner of Husker Baseball. Make the easy call to John Henry's today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Stay healthy and active with natural chiropractic care. Did you know that chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages? It's proven to treat pain, improve mobility, and prevent injury. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic. New pitcher for GCU will be senior righty Jace Smith. He's been with GCU now for a couple of years. Going back to his 2025 numbers, this will be one of his first appearances here of the season. But last year, actually threw against Nebraska, threw an inning in that 3-1 victory over the Huskers. And a guy that, again, has been one of those rare mainstays. Made 15 appearances, 18 2/3 innings last season for the Lopes. So a guy that has seen quite a bit of action here in Arizona. Didn't pitch his sophomore year due to an injury, and also was used as a freshman in 2023.
A lot of info you got there. Cunnings goes 2/3 of an inning. 2 hits, a run. It was earned. No walks, 2 strikeouts. Through 10 pitches. So Mac Moyer going to lead off again, as he did in the 8th. And he'll see the 6th Grand Canyon pitcher of the night. Moyer started that 5-run marathon 8th with a walk, came around to score. Smith's first pitch at the top of the 9th is outside, ball 1.
Ben might see some guys getting some at-bats here. Preston Freeman now in the on-deck circle. Carter Kelly has a helmet on as well.
The 1-0 pitch. Moyer fouls it back to the screen, 1-1. Pretty excited to give the size of Carter Kelly when he comes to bat. He's not Jackson Marshall big from UConn, but he's in the neighborhood.
Big dude.
How did that guy do today? Put you on that.
I'll check it out for you.
Okay. The pitch. Moyer takes low, 2-1. What are you shaking your head for?
I'll just say some of the people in this broadcast booth were very impressed with his size, more so than others.
Yeah. The 2-1. That's a high chopper towards short. 2 hopper. Owens to his left. Fields and out. Pretty good play there from the Lope shortstop, just ahead of the speeding Mac Moyer. And our first look at Preston Freeman. Freeman, a redshirt junior. He is from Floresville, Texas. Transfer from Cisco College.
Marshall went 1 for 3, by the way.
Did he?
Yep.
Wasn't another infield hit to short, was it? Double. Pitch. High, ball 1. Another left-handed hitter, Freeman. Had a big fall for Nebraska. He's one of the top guys in terms of average. Stands up tall from the left side. The pitch. At the knees, a called strike, 1-1. (9-1) Big Red. Couldn't prove their record to 3-0. Freeman takes the slider down into the dirt. 2-1. God, Kelly is just massive. On deck hitter, I'm just going to give it to you now.
You can go ahead.
6'6", 235.
Yeah.
I remember when he visited.
Yes. It was
last year.
The Michigan series.
The 2-1. There's a shot to short. Diving grab. Oh, my goodness. I've had enough of Austin Owens at shortstop for a lifetime.
He is good. Real good.
He has been in the game for about 5 minutes, and that's enough for me. My goodness, that was unbelievable catch.
101 off the bat, too.
Slicing away from him.
Yeah. He's made a couple of fantastic plays, and you're right. I mean, he wasn't even the starting shortstop for GCU tonight. Defensively,
well,
my goodness.
He might be after tonight.
Yeah, he might be.
Here's Kelly. Slider gets a piece at the corner, 0-1. So he visited, and I looked at him. I don't know who that guy is, but I want him.
Yeah, he was just sitting there watching BP before the game. Had his cowboy boots on.
He did.
Looked the part.
Does he ever? The 0-1. Slider, good pitch. Right on the corner, 0-2.
And it was after the Case Anderson walk-off that Saturday, and it was shortly after the game. He told the coaching staff, yeah, I'm in.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah, we'll take you.
All 6'6", 240 of you.
North Platte guy.
Down in the count here, 0-2. The pitch. Strike 3, outside corner. Man, that was a pretty tough sequence there. 2 tough sliders and then dots a fastball the outside corner. Scoreless inning for Jay Smith, and I think he owes a steak dinner to Owens at shortstop after those first 2 plays. Huskers go down in order in the 9th. So we go to the bottom half. Nebraska 9, Grand Canyon 1 on the Huskers Radio Network.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
To be a part of Nebraska medicine
Hi, welcome.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience,
You know what? I agree.
the life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
Defensive changes for Nebraska. Freeman now in left field for the Huskers. Carter Kelly will remain in the game. He'll go to third. It's Trey Fikes will now be the new catcher. So Fikes comes in for Joshua Overbeek. And a new pitcher in for Nebraska. The debut of Jace Ziola. Highly recruited, hard-throwing righty out of Omaha Skutt Catholic. Will get his first college baseball experience here. And I know a lot of people are excited to see what this young man can do. A very live arm, ultra competitor, and looking forward to seeing what he can do in a Husker uniform for years to come. Tabbed as the number 75 right-handed pitcher nationally and 265th overall prospect in the country by Perfect Game. Very good athlete. I mentioned just very solid stuff. Talking about fastball running in the mid-90s. And pretty well put together, too. So we'll get our first look at Jace Ziola as Nebraska leading 9-1 here in the bottom of the 9th against GCU.
Did you get all the rest of the changes?
I did.
Okay, good. Because I was scribbling in my book, so I wasn't listening.
Thanks, man.
Just being honest.
Appreciate that.
Pretty excited to see what this young gun has. The coaches are just foaming at the potential of Ziola. He'll get a pinch hitter as Carson Oland will bat. Here in the bottom of the ninth, Huskers leading by 8 runs. Ziola, hard-throwing righty. His first pitch is a Husker at the knees at 93. Call the ball 1-0. Huskers blew this one open in the 8th with 5 runs. The 1-0 pitch. That's lifted in the air to right, nearing the line. Freeman just into the game, lays out, and foul ball. He can't make the catch in foul ground. Man, he had to run a long way, and, of course, that ball from the left-handed hitter tailing away from him. Pretty athletic-looking dive, and just unable to make the catch.
Well, and these lights, I'll say this, especially when you're coming in the game for the first time, got to battle them a little bit. It looked like he jumped just maybe a split second, or dove, I should say, a split second too soon. Still a heck of an effort there.
So a ball and a strike on Oland. Ziola going to go from the windup and sends it home. That was a nasty slider, and it just defensively flips it off to the left and out of play. 1-2. That was filthy.
Yeah, he's got a world of potential.
Winds and deals the 1-2. Just low. Fikes like the spot. Points at his freshman pitcher. It's 2-2. Ziola ready. Here it is. Chopper to first. Backhanded by first baseman Sanderson. He wins the race to the bag. Ziola takes care of his first hitter. And there's one gone, and another pinch hitter coming to the plate for Grand Canyon. Austin Matrenga, 5'7", 150-pound junior, will pinch hit. Another lefty.
Good job on the pronunciation there.
You like that?
You didn't even look at the guide there.
Just hoping to put the right emphasis on the right syllable. First pitch swung out and missed. 95 on that heater from Ziola. And he is ready to go. The 0-1 pitch. Just missed the inside corner. 95 again. He's starting to get heated up a little bit.
Yeah.
We lost our light again. Here's the 1-1. Down and away. Oh, that was awkward. A landing spot from Ziola. I think he's okay. Kind of fell off to the first base side of the rubber. Here's the 2-1 offering. That is a ball, apparently. 3-1. He's had 2 pitches to Matrenga that were pretty good. The next one. That's a strike. Full count. Didn't exactly back off the gas pedal there at 94. He's got to come over again with a strike. Ziola shakes. The 3-2. Popped into the air, left side, foul territory, and that one will reach the seats.
Well, Ben, he comes from a highly competitive, athletic family. Of course, his brother is one of the better wrestlers around. His uncle and his father were really solid high school baseball players at Omaha Gross. They were around in my time.
Here's the 3-2. Just missed high with a fastball. So it's a walk. Some pretty competitive pitches there from Ziola. And here is the aforementioned Austin Owens. Time for some payback here if you're the Huskers.
I'm with you. If Austin Owens didn't earn himself a start when GCU takes on Oklahoma State, they have a rare 4-game series starting on Thursday. I don't know what more he has to do.
Ziola from the stretch now brings it home. There's a strike at the top of the zone. 0-1. His first right-handed hitter that Ziola gets to see. Not holding the base runner at first. The pitch. Line to short. Carey has it. He's going to throw back across the diamond and safe by an eyelash. For out number 2. Owen's putting on a pretty impressive tryout for GCU. He just lined out sharply to short. And we're going to finish it off with the defensive replacement, Cale Beaver. Runner at first, 2 gone. Ziola's pitch. There goes the runner. It's a nasty slider in there for a strike. Catcher's indifference to Matranga.
A little shades of Luke Broderick right there on that movement.
Yeah, that was good. The 0-1. Fouled straight back, 0-2. Ziola trying to put the lid on Nebraska's 3rd straight victory. Husker fans still in attendance trying to help the true freshman through it. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs the pitch. Bounced in front of the plate. Good block by Fikes. Beaver lives to see another pitch. One and 2. Ziola lets that right arm dangle. Now comes set. Ready to work with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Slider. Just missed. My goodness. Okay. 2-2. Ziola ready to dial up another. Freshman set at the letters. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that finishes the game with an exclamation point. And the Huskers run away from Grand Canyon late. 9-1 our final, and the Huskers are 3-0 for the first time since 2005. Been a great showing for the Huskers so far in Arizona, and they'll try to finish off a perfect weekend tomorrow against Stanford. We're back to wrap it up and talk about it. You're listening to Big Red Baseball.
Want a real home field advantage? Start with comfort you don't have to think about. John Henry's delivers reliable heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical service with skilled service professionals ready to help. From strange sounds to weak airflow, flickering lights, or slow drains, we'll get your home back in the game. Proud to be an official partner of Husker Baseball. Make the easy call to John Henry's today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Venue at Home is Lincoln's premier meal prep service. Prepared in-house by our chefs, ready for you to heat and eat. Build your own package from our wide selection of items, including healthy bowls, saucy pastas, fresh salads, starters, sides, desserts, and more. Subscribe and join our rewards program to get discounts on every order. Get your order delivered in Lincoln and surrounding towns, or pick it up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at our brand new website, venueathome.net. That's venueathome.net.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Get behind the wheel of America's favorite truck from Woodhouse Ford. Lease the Ford F-150 Super Crew for $389 a month for 36 months and 7,500 miles per year. First payment and $299 dock fee due at signing. Or